Hello and welcome to Natural Havoc. We are a group of Twitch streamers that decided to give playing and streaming Dungeons & Dragons a go. We will be playing the 5e system, however, with a few added homebrew rules thrown in. Most of us are very new to D&D, so please do be patient, as we will still be trying to figure things out, and I'm sure we will make plenty of mistakes, myself included. Firstly, once again, can I thank every one of you for being here today. It is such a joy to see so many people returning constantly to see how this adventure unfolds, and I just love it that you guys keep coming back and keep watching, so thank you very much. Also, for the people in the future that are watching this, thank you guys for coming along, watching the VOD, watching on YouTube, wherever you are, thank you very, very much. Let's go round the circle. Let me just pull up this real quick so I know who's where. I believe to my right, I just need to see where my hand is because this trips me out every time. There we go, this way. Don Ross, Eagle, why don't you introduce yourself to me and let people know where they can find you.
Everybody, my name's Eagle Outlaw. You can find me at The Eagle Outlaw on Twitch. Hello, how's everyone doing? I'll be playing Don Ross.
Brilliant. And below you, we have Lan. Lan, take it away.
Hello, hi, I'm the female half of Team Logic NL. My name is Lan, and I will be playing Shion. Shion is like the snarky half-elf noble biatch. So, looking forward to it, as always.
Below Lan, we have Smitty. Smitty, take it away.
Hello, I'm Smitty Jane. You can find me on Twitch most evenings doing a bunch of variety stuff. And in here I play Maeve, a half-elf druid. So yeah, that's it.
Awesome. And all the way to the other side of the screen, we have Zeb. Zeb, take it away.
Yeah, I'm Agent Zeb. I am also on Twitch, on Agent Zeb. I play a variety of games, and in here I am Erhard, the sorcerer, the human sorcerer.
And above Zeb, we have Creed. Creed, go ahead.
Hey guys, I'm Guildmaster Creed. I am playing, you can find me on Twitch at Guildmaster Creed. I play a variety of games from Apex to Persona 5 and others. I'm playing a female noble paladin.
Brilliant. And above Creed, we have the tech wizard himself. Take it away.
Hi guys, my name is Tim. I'm the male half of Team Logic NL, and you can find me on Twitch, Team Logic NL. I am playing Arcturus, the big blue Vidalcan, and I'm very excited for it.
Brilliant. And yeah, myself, I am going to be your gracious DM for this evening. And I'm the Onion Soup, and you can find me over on Twitch and socials and stuff. But yeah, tonight we're going to be playing some more D&D, and we are going to be stepping into Session 4. But before we do that, we have a little recap. So yeah, no announcements today, so we're all good to go. Everyone is here, which is brilliant, so we will go with the recap now. So, if everyone's ready, Creed, especially yourself, this could be useful. Some useful information for you. So yeah, right, here we go. Our last session started in the Tavern of the Oaken Keg, a rustic-looking tavern with a variety of drinks and a warm welcome. The party was sat around a table. Some ordered drinks and discussed the day's events, while others decided to speak to one another. Some people decided to take some time to reflect on what happened, while Erhard spoke more with Arcturus and Shion about their reasons as to why they search for the Orb of Eternal Fire. After briefly discussing this, they revealed that Erhard revealed that he was to perform at the Lyrical Hornet to pay for his night's stay the previous evening. The party eventually reconvened outside. As they exited the tavern, two guards and a familiar bard by the name of Landros walked towards the tavern with an Oaken Keg employee. As the party left, they noticed Eladrin begin to follow the group when the two guardsmen entered the tavern and demanded him to stop. The doors closed behind them, and sounds of crashing tables and a chase of sorts coming from within. The group quickly departed toward the Lyrical Hornet, where they ordered food and drink and watched Erhard's performance. His performance was magical, with illusionary magic and a performance on his flute. However, during which he accidentally sent 3 apples flying toward a halfling family. The party later split, with Arcturus and Shion heading toward the Temple of the Prime, trying to gather more information on their newly found tattoos. After speaking with many priests and worshippers, they left none the wiser. Maeve and Donros decided to sleep beneath the stars tonight, as Maeve guided Donros to a spot in a nearby nature reserve, where the two camped out. Erhard spent some time enjoying the music and performances within the tavern, while he ate his food and eventually was rejoined by Arcturus and Shion, where the 3 of them went back to his room. Erhard then began trying to uncover if the tattoos held any magical power, in which he pushed the boundaries of magic to try and understand them further. In doing so, accidentally caused a reaction in which he transported himself to the astral sea for 6 seconds, floating within the void. Arcturus and Shion began to wonder what on Eros had happened, when before them, Erhard once again appeared. A discussion between the 3 of them of Erhard's magic, and eventually they began to unravel some of the tattoo's properties, finding out that it was in fact a magical mark or branding binding them to something or someone. After this conversation, Shion went back to her room in the oaken keg, while Erhard and Arcturus buddied up and shared a room for the evening. After an exhausting day, the party took to sleep rather quickly. However, a few of them had a restless night, with visions of past events and with new information fresh on the mind. Arcturus and Shion dreamt of their encounter with the being of blue fire, while Donros dreamt of his family and his village being torn and twisted by constructs of the Imperium. The party once again met up after a night's rest. Donros and Maeve bonded over the past events that still haunt Donros, while Arcturus and Shion both discovered their dreams were more than just that, as they had been gifted items from the being of blue flame and gifted a new mark to their tattoos. After a short while of the party discussing what to do next, the party arrived at Felix Featherstone's manor to see Contessa standing at the front door. And that is where we will jump in. So Contessa, you have arrived here maybe a good 20 minutes or so before the party, and as you were waiting around outside for them to arrive, you now see them all walk through the archway of the gate ahead of you.
I'm just gonna wave at all of them to hurry up.
I don't hurry up. I walk slower now.
Yeah, as you guys get to the front door of the manor, all of you stood around. You do notice the door is open, and within you can hear a conversation being had. Seems to be on this very floor that you're on. Yeah, do you guys walk in? Do you knock? What do you guys do?
I'm just gonna take a peek in and maybe roll for something.
Sure. Do you want to roll a perception check
Sure.
to see what you can see? Go for it.
I can remember how to do that. 1 second.
Open up your character sheet, and then on the left-hand side there'll be a section that says skills. You got it. Awesome. A 20.
Hey.
Very nice. Yeah. So as you step in and just peer around, what you can see is 3 figures stood in what looks to be like a living room of sorts. And as you peer a little bit closer with that 20, you can ascertain that one of the figures is sat down, and it seems to be Felix Featherstone, and he has some parchment in front of him. And he seems to be discussing with what looks like 2 well-armed figures that you have noticed before. There's the regalia that they wear. They seem to be his personal guard. And as you enter, you with the 20, you do in fact hear this. You can hear... Felix is talking to these 2 figures, and he's like, No, we cannot delay the shipment. If we do, we lose out on an opportunity of a lifetime. My uncle is awaiting for this wagon. The supplies will not get there themselves, and without them, we cannot set up a shop. We must ask around for those that we trust. Yes, that's what we must do. We must send word to my uncle as well, inform him of what's happened here. He could be targeted next. And as that's said, you get the feeling that your presence has been noted at this point, as they seem to turn to look at the doorway.
I'm just gonna casually open the door and act like I wasn't there.
Okay, sure. Yeah, and as you walk in, Felix stands up and he's like, Hello. Thank you for coming back. Are you all well? Did you have a good night's rest? Come in, take a seat. And then as you walk in, you can see a very lavish-looking lounge. There is not sofas per se, but it's like a built-in sort of sofa with loads of cushions and tapestries. Looks very cozy and warm. And there's like in the ceiling, there's like a crystal chandelier, and it's very fancy, very, very expensive and extravagant. And yeah, he ushers you all to come in.
I walk in the door and I'll take my place in the room.
Mm-hmm.
I'll feel right at home here, and I'll just plop down on one of the cushions.
Yep.
Well, seeing that, I just kind of stand aside and just look at Shion getting herself comfortable and just giving her a bit of an odd eye, like, what the hell is she doing? Like, yeah.
Kind of stand there in awe. I think this first time I'm in Felix's house or mansion, so I'm just stood there like, wow. And then I check if Socks is still on my shoulder as well and see what his reaction is.
Socks is on your shoulders for now. And
I'm gonna take my place next to Felix.
Yeah, you go in and take a seat as well. Not a problem. And Don Ross, you come in, or what are you doing?
I step in. I don't sit down because I feel like I'd break his whole fucking sofa, whatever he had going on. So I'm just gonna awkwardly stand against the wall and just kind of watch.
Yeah, and as you all take place, some of you awkwardly, some of you much more like you're at home. As you begin to sit around this very luxurious seating arrangement, he turns around and you can see there's an archway to what looks to be like a kitchen. And there's a gentleman in a suit there with like a white shirt, black like waistcoat, and he seems to be like washing up or something like in the back. You can't quite tell what he's doing, but he's cleaning of sorts. And he turns back and he's like, Pascal, could you please fetch some drinks, maybe some snacks for my guests? What would you like to drink? We have an arrangement of things. Shall I bring waters or stronger stuff? What would you like?
I think we can discuss some business with some drink, Felix.
Very well, very well. Yes, Pascal, just bring everything. And
Do you have
yeah,
any
he says,
fried bamboo?
No. And anything else that you like? Something a little.
Got any peanuts or?
Yes, we have those. Pascal,
Okay.
peanuts.
Can you bring me some
Bring
peanuts
a
and a
bowl.
water?
Yes, very well. Yes.
Some
yes.
bread
Thank
would
you.
be
Water
nice.
will be fine.
Water and
Keep a clear
bread.
head for this business.
Yeah, and as you're all asking for the various things, you see this man frantically running around, putting like glasses on a tray, and getting like big bowls of peanuts and various other like grapes and fruits and stuff, and bringing them out. And he puts them on this large, like lavish coffee table. And yeah, Felix, he turns to all back to you and he like breathes and he says, "Well, do tell, where did you stay? Did you get the most expensive rooms? Did you get plenty of drink, food?"
Oh, I
Well-
got drink all right. It didn't go as planned though.
Right.
Yeah, we just stayed at the Lyrical Hornet. I had a performance there, and they paid for my room. Yeah, and the others they also like my blue friend here. He stayed with us, with me, and the others they also stayed around nearby taverns.
Yeah, the grass was very comfy.
Yeah, we stayed outside. We slept outside. It was nice.
Yeah. Great.
But I gave you my my plaque so that everything would be paid for.
About that. Wait,
Right.
what plaque?
Yeah,
What plaque?
Well,
I
your,
think you told me you gave it to Alastea, right?
Yes, that gentleman.
Yeah, I
he,
think we got separated.
Oh.
Yes, I told him to let you all know so that you could have rooms and food and drink all on me. I was did he not
Let's forget about him. Do you have any more of those by chance?
well yes.
He seems to have gone away from us.
He seems to be gone probably forever. Can you give us some more of those, please?
I certainly, Pascal, could you maybe fetch a couple of the plaques, the Featherstone plaques, please?
Thank you.
And Pascal nods and he leaves the room and goes upstairs to somewhere else. He's like, right, well, I was hoping that you would be revitalized in the most expensive and lavish rooms, and well, you saved my life, and I felt like that would be part of the payment. But yes, you're here for your reward. Of course you are. Yes, you're here for your reward. And he turns to his side and he opens up a drawer, and as he does, you can see there seems to be like a sack in this drawer, and he pulls out the sack and he puts it on the table. He's like, well, that is your reward. 350 gold pieces to divvy out amongst yourself. That works out at 50 gold each. I thought it would be a good amount for saving my life. the room and everything would have been on myself, but maybe tonight, if you're staying. If not, yes.
Do you have any arrows?
Arrows?
Yes, I need to replenish the one I had to, or a few I had to use for your life.
Not on me. I can request for some if need be.
You know where they sell arrows at around here?
Yes, the most famous blacksmith in Karas is the Phoenix Forge. It's a pleasant place. I would definitely recommend it.
They sell bows there as well. Some good bows, or
they do not sell bows. Well, they might have a few, but not many. It's a blacksmiths, you see, but they are the ones that make the arrowheads, and yes, the Fletchers bring the shafts to them.
Sell daggers as well.
Yes, weaponry, armor. It's a fabulous place, and if you take my my plaque here, they might even give you a slight discount.
Okay, well, hey, if you don't mind giving me a few of those placards, and I'm good with that. I'll leave. I'll leave.
I do have a limited supply, but yes, it's not something that you hand in. It's kind of like what do they call it in the main cities? Like a club card. It's like a card that you present.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. How many of those do you have?
In my home at the moment, I usually keep about 3 or 4.
Okay.
Well, I did have 5, but
At this point, Arcturus steps forward and he looks Felix in the eye. I decline your offer. This gold is nothing to me. I have one thing that I want, and that's the orb. If I find your belongings, and if I find your riches, you can have the rest. But the orb comes with us.
You're going to find it.
Yes, we have need for the orb. While I look at Shion, and like I said before, you can keep the rest. We'll take the orb.
I'm just gonna casually say I'll take his payment.
No, very
We
well.
can split that.
I will take it. I do not want to. I mean, we have quite a quest ahead of us, and I do not want to loot corpses since there is absolutely no way I can contact my family, and I may be in need of a little bit more cash to pay for my rather luxurious lifestyle.
And he nods and he gestures towards you, and then he just he looks at you, Arcturus, for a second, and he's just like, how do you plan on finding them?
We have our ways, so to speak.
But do you know where they've gone?
Perhaps. Maybe not.
He cocks his head, very confused. Is there something you're not telling me?
We got word that we have a direction where to find this orb, and we are, at least I am, striving to go there.
My dear, have you looked at a map? There's only one direction in which we can go from here.
Do you believe they've left the city?
Well, I mean, strategically they wouldn't want to stay here, right? Because that would put them in possibly being found. Also, I want to know about this orb. Why are we all wanting this orb all of a sudden?
Well, it's quite valuable.
What about the orb makes it valuable?
Well, it's flame that never goes out. It's
flame that never goes out.
Yes, it's why it's called the Orb of Eternal Fire.
Could this flame be used for evil?
Evil? Yeah, I believe it's just a mere relic, a trinket per se. I still am quite unsure as to how the pair of you have heard of this.
Yes, I am very evil. Do I look like the type that needs the riches?
You just no.
Shion, if you don't need the riches, then why are you after this?
Just look at Arcturus and I'm like, we have our reasons.
gonna walk up and take 50 gold. My interest is out.
It's all in one sack at the minute.
Oh, is it? I'm gonna pick up the
Yeah.
sack then. I'm just gonna pick it up and throw it over my shoulder. I'm gonna hold on to it.
You're taking everything. Wow.
That's all ours.
I'll give it out. Chill.
And at
I mean,
this,
children.
Pascal comes in and he places 2 of the Featherstone plaques on the table.
I'm just gonna
No,
quickly
I
take
grab
one.
I'm gonna take one too.
I'm gonna quickly take one. No.
Oh, okay. As 3 people are taking them,
Ah.
everyone roll me dex. Just a flat dex check.
Ooh,
And the 2 highest get them.
X.
Erhard is very slow. Oh.
Did I do that wrong? Did I do that wrong?
Yes, you did a dex save. There you go. No, Arcturus is going as well. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think
yes.
the gold, so yeah.
Flat dex check. I don't know. It might be the same roll actually. Yeah, it will be. Yeah. So yours is the same. That's fine. So Arcturus and Donros, you quickly snap one, but as your hand goes on it, Arcturus, Contessa's hand goes on top of yours. As you both grab it. But Arcturus is in your palm. Contessa's hand's on top of Arcturus's.
I'm just gonna
I have one.
firmly grip and be like, I thought you guys didn't need riches.
How cute, a little romance.
I'm gonna walk up to Contessa. I'm just gonna hand mine out to him.
Huh.
I'm gonna let go of the hand and just thank you.
And
Well-
I would just,
And then Erhard's hand goes up.
I would just stand there holding the hand on top and be like, didn't you say you had more of these?
Well, yes, but we only have a few. I can get Pascal, and Pascal just runs off back upstairs, looking for some more.
Y'all
Well,
can have
definitely.
those. I'll take another. Listen, I'll let you have that little gold thing if you let me take half of your share of the gold.
Say what? Who?
You can
I'm
have
talking-
my
I'm talking to
entire
Contessa.
share.
Oh, your entire share? That's too easy. I'll take 100 of the gold then.
His share is 50, by the way.
Yeah, I'll have 100 then.
I'm just gonna hand the plaque back. I think the gold's more valuable than this plaque.
You took the gold, man. You're done.
What?
I take the
Can we
flag.
not share this plaque? Are we not sharing this plaque, guys?
That
You know what? I'm
depends
gonna
on.
step away and move towards Felix because I have more business to discuss after this.
I just open the sack and take 50 gold out, and just put the rest back on the table. I don't want to fight this no more.
Oh, add it to your sheet.
Yep, did it.
Did I take my gold?
Yeah, I'll do the same.
Yeah, you can do the same. Yeah,
Yeah.
everyone that takes their 50 gold, add it to your sheet.
Okay.
Well, I will take whatever's left. Since Arcturus ain't taking his. Right.
So
Don Ross took my part, so
He said he only
Okay.
takes 50.
he took
Didn't
my
wanna
part,
fight
right?
over it.
Yep.
He just said he would just takes 50.
Yeah. We all got 50 each.
So everyone takes 50, and then Erhard goes to take the rest.
Yeah.
Can I maybe see this happen?
Yeah, it's in front of you. He just grabs the sack.
I just
Erhard, when
take
you
the
look inside,
sack, yeah.
when you look inside, there's about 150 gold in there.
And I'm just like, okay,
Maeve.
guys.
I
If no one else wants it,
What
Yeah.
about Maeve?
yeah. Maeve took as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
So
If you remember, there was an extra one of you.
There is 6 of us right
Initially,
now.
right.
150 divided by 6. Let's just
Hey,
share the rest
Erhard.
equally as well.
Erhard, you can
What?
have the 100 there if you just give me a 50, you know?
Well, I would take my 50, and then it seems like there's 100 gold left. I guess we can
There's
share
6
it,
of us.
all of us. And Arcturus said he doesn't want any, so it's 5 of
20
us.
20
so I
each.
think it's 20 for each.
Did you forget our handsome elven bodyguard? Apparently.
So I give 20 to each of the others and keep 70 to myself.
And as you're divvying out this coin in front of Felix, he's looking at this whole thing as like, some sort of like barbaric nature, because he's never seen people in his home scrambling for like coin, and he's just looking at you all like, what have I done? Like, just sat there, just like looking at this, and then he says, I believe you wish to discuss more with me. I was going to ask something of all of you, actually, but it does depend of whether you're staying in the city or leaving. From your friend here, I believe some of you are leaving. No?
We are definitely leaving. We have business elsewhere.
I just look at Felix. Not really with those two.
Right.
I would be curious what you want from us, but I'm inclined to go with the other two because, they have, let's say, very important pressing matters that I feel like I want to help them with.
Right. Well, because of the recent events, I find myself lacking those that I can trust. And I have upped my own personal guard because, well, if this attack here was targeted on me and my property, maybe my death was intended too. And, well, there are only a few people that I trust within this city now, and I have a shipment of jewels and various trinkets going to the capital. It's along the Amber Road toward the east, and well, it's in Arkenvale. I was wondering if some of you are leaving and maybe heading in said direction. I could pay for your aid in protecting the wagon for its destination, and I will pay for accommodation when you hit Woodstock, and I will pay for accommodation when you hit Ashendale as well. So I'll cover the costs of camping and food and the such.
Okay.
What's in Arcane Vale?
Arkenvale, it's the city. It's the capital city of Arantis.
So Felix,
I know what that is.
Well, sorry. Yes, you must not be from around here. Arantis is the region that we live in. It is ruled by the council, the High Council of Arkenvale, which is the capital, like I said. And my uncle is there right now. He's in dealings with the people that I met here. I believe I spoke to Contessa and Erhard about. And we're setting up a shop, a jewelry store there, which is my current main trade. And my uncle is overseeing it, but our shipment was meant to dispatch today, but due to the circumstances, I've had to double my guard, and I don't have guards to, put on this mission. So I'm trying to find others that I trust that maybe could carry this out for me. And if you're leaving anyway, it would just be extra coin in your pocket. If it's going out of the city, like you say, there's only one way. It's really east. So if that's the direction you're going, you could earn some coin and maybe do me a favor. I'll pay half up front and half when you get there.
And you trust a group of random strangers that you only just met yesterday, and you just seen them scramble over a pile of money.
Exactly. You have incentive for coin. You have incentive for coin, no? And you saved my lives. You defended me in my time of need when you did not need to do such thing. I thought maybe that, maybe if you are in need of coin, and I could maybe help you and you help me. It'd be quite a simple job. It's just traveling the Amber Road, and there are a few dangers along it, but apart from that, well, if you're traveling that way anyway.
What danger
Dangers as in
about?
what?
Well, there is some creatures, let's say, that go by. Have you heard of hill giants?
Hill
that
giants.
sounds
Oh.
Can I roll a history
Scary.
check on that?
Sure, roll a history check. If anyone would like
no
to
history.
recall their information banks, roll a history or an intelligence
Okay.
or something along those lines.
history.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah. So Creed, you have heard of obviously a giant. You know them to be big things, but hill giants specifically, you've not heard too much about. You just know that they're very big creatures. Donros, you would know hill giants to be very large, gluttonous creatures that like to eat. That they like to consume and they like to feed. And usually, if left alone, they're usually all right. And you haven't encountered any yourself, but you've heard of stories from maybe your tribe, from where you're from. Shion and Ahad, the pair of you, you have both heard a little bit more than that. You have heard that hill giants are extremely dumb creatures. They are huge. They're like 12-foot tall creatures, even bigger. Some are like can grow to 16 foot, and they are very, very stupid. And basically, they like to fight, they like to eat, and they like to just cause havoc. But usually, they can be outsmarted. By creatures with a high intelligence or superior intellect, they can be outsmarted, and sometimes they can be bargained with. But yeah, they don't really dealing anything other than food. But when disturbed, they can be very deadly. Very deadly. Yeah, he says, well, yes, there's hill giants, not too far from Karas, but luckily they haven't made their way this way. But they have been disturbing some wagons along the road. There are creatures of the wood, the ironwood. I've heard there's been some troubles there recently. I do not know what of, but a few creatures have been seen traveling the road and attacking nearby passers-by. And
is there any chance to recall if we know anything about the ironwood?
Sure, go for it. Roll a history check again. We'll do another history.
I remember what went on over there.
Donros, I'm sorry to tell you this, but as you are not from Veritas, this is at disadvantage. Sorry, buddy. If you'd have been from here, you'd have had a flat roll. Yes. So, Donros, you and I think that's your roll, Creed, isn't it? Oh no, Creed, have you rolled again?
No, I remember this because I came from that way.
There you go. Yeah, so Donros, you have heard of the ironwood briefly in your time here. You haven't heard much. All you know is that the bark is meant to be almost as strong as steel. And you know that they make weapons out of this in this region, but that's all that you know. Who else have we got? We have got Maeve. Yes, Maeve, you recently recall being nearby the ironwood, or if not, in it. And you yourself saw some creatures that you had to deal with, and along your road you would have heard maybe some tales that there happens to be a corruption of sorts within the ironwood. Ahad, you have heard of the ironwood as this absolutely immense forest of bark like steel. It is a silvery texture, and the reason why it's called the Amber Road beside it is because the leaves are of like a rusty color, a rusty ambery color, and when the leaves fall from the tree, they land on the road, and it looks like a road of amber, which is why it's called the Amber Road. You also know that all sorts of creatures live here. You have heard tale that some Fey-like creatures live within the forest, but have never been really catalogued or seen by anyone of a notable standard. It's always like common folk that say it. It's never like a guardsman or anything like that. And you have also heard recently rumor that there is a corruption within the wood. But yeah, that's what you guys get from the ironwood.
I'm just gonna mention that I went along that road days ago, and that there was these kind of like hyena creatures out there that attacked a nearby kind of caravan, and I saved them.
Well, I was not aware of that, but see, this is why I need guard.
And that proves that I'd be good for the
yes,
fire.
Perfect candidate.
By any chance, do you have any, like, I don't know, like a quiet room, like, I don't know, maybe a library or something where I can go with Arcturus and Shion just to discuss if this is where they want to go?
Well, if you wish for a quiet word, there's another room down the corridor. It's my second lounge.
Sure. So I asked the other two, would you guys like to head down there, just have a chat about that?
I'm actually staying
Very
right
well.
Pascal, would you show them to the room, please? And Pascal straightens his waistcoat and is like, with me? And yeah, he decides to walk down the corridor and lead you to the room. Whereas as the three of you begin to go to the second lounge, Maeve, Donros, and Contessa, you're still sat in the room.
So how much are we looking at for this?
Well, I was thinking maybe 50 more up front each, and then followed by another 50 upon arrival.
Right.
What are these goods that we're transporting?
Well, I'm a gemstone merchant, so I sell jewelry, gemstones, gold, silver, that sort of thing. You see, this is my big break. I've always traded from Karas itself, and now I'm able to go to the capital and maybe make more of a name of myself.
Okay. And so now that it's been a day, have you had time to think about who would target you specifically? Anyone?
Again, there are a few people within the city that I haven't always got on with the best. Other gem merchants that may wish ill of me, but no one to the extent of organizing an attack on the bazaar and breaking into my home. The only person recently that has seen my wares is the Mr. and Mrs. Lucinda, who I'm in dealings with about opening the shop up in Arkenvale. They came here about a month ago to make a trade agreement with me, and then you get talking, and I showed them the trophy room. I show a lot of my guests my trophy room. It's my father's pride and joy, and I wish to share it with all.
So, last people that have seen the trophy room, we're delivering the goods to, and now the trophies have been stolen.
Well, Mr. and Mrs. Lucinda were in Karas during the attack, because I was on my way to the marketplace to meet them. And as I was passing through, that's when the brigands attacked. I do not know if they survived or not.
So if they were in Karas, then why didn't they bring the goods back with them? Themselves, if they were here?
Oh, no, sorry. The goods I'm sending to Arkenvale.
Yes, but are they staying in Karas? But
They might not be alive.
They are currently for the seasonal event, and while they were remaining here, I was to send a shipment to Arkenvale during the event. Because you see, the event isn't for another 2 or 3 days, and they were to stay a week, and I was to spend some time looking at their own wares, and they were to look at mine.
And so
How
have you
long
seen
would
them?
the day trip be?
How long would what? Sorry.
How long if I went to Arkenvale? How long would that take?
About a week. It's about 7 days travel.
Interesting.
And so have you seen Mr. and Mrs. Lucinda since they've arrived?
No, I was to meet with them in the market. They sent word that they'd set up a stall, and that's where I was heading the day that you saw me, the day I was attacked.
Mr. and Mrs. Lucinda are rich, correct?
Well, yes, they're nobles from Arkenvale.
Maybe they're staying at the higher priced inn. I haven't been there yet.
Well, they very well could be. Hopefully that they weren't attacked, but I do not know of their whereabouts. I haven't been able to contact them, as the chaos in the city at the moment is everything's still on lockdown.
I have a friend in the city. Samir. Do you know of him?
Yes, I believe so. He's also a gemstone merchant that's come over from Baroque Isle, I believe.
Right. Yeah.
Yes,
I traveled with
yes.
him.
Oh, well, yes, Samir is a good man. I was again, he's another one of my contacts I was meant to meet this following few days.
Very great man. Do you know where he might be at currently?
Well, I believe the last time I spoke to him, we had made an arrangement for him to stay at the Crown Jewel. I've paid for his lodgings for the next month.
you have any ways for me to make a meet with him, perhaps?
I could try, but during times like these, I believe that the city goes on lockdown and no one is allowed to enter or leave the crown jewel until the situation is calmed down a little. I could try, but
Get me in there somehow?
Maybe they would allow me to, being my position and all.
I need to make a meet with him.
Well, again, like I said, I could send word for one of my guard to go and report to them, to get him to report to them.
Okay. How about this? I don't know what we're gonna do here soon. If we are gonna do this little protect your shipment ordeal, whatever those three are gonna be talking about, I'll give you some words, and I need you to send those to him, or get my words to him.
Well, if you have a letter, that'd be easier to send.
It's just a few words.
Very well. Now or later?
When we're done here.
Very well.
Thank
and
you.
at that, we will quickly cut over to the three in their secret little meeting room. The three of you walk in. And again, this room is very luxurious. However, when you enter, you see a big round table in the center with a chandelier above it, and what looks to be like some sort of games room. You believe that maybe this is the room where they play dice or cards in this room, and it seems to be like almost like a showroom that he like brings guests to, and they play dice, cards, maybe for money, and they drink and stuff in here. Very cozy, but yeah, very like secluded in a way.
Can I just have a look around, like just curiously, if I see any, I don't know, interesting items lying around that
Sure.
might
Do you
not
want to roll me an investigation or perception check? I'll let you choose.
Sure.
1 second. Nice. Yeah, as you walk on in the room, the door closes behind you. It's just the three of you in here. You look around and you can see like crystal decanters with like some sort of liquor in. You also see a very pricey looking champagne bottle, and just like general rich people stuff. There's lots of rich people stuff in here, like ornaments, paintings, tapestries, that sort of thing.
Okay. Sure. Yeah, and then I don't know. I just turn around. I don't know, standing around the table, looking at the other two and being like, "So, what have you guys gleamed? I guess from your dream, where this orb might be."
Okay, I'll bite. Just going to sort of make myself big, even though I'm like a tiny little woman. And I'm like, all right, what is your deal? Why are you asking us to this room all of a sudden? Are you what is your angle? What are you trying to achieve here? Are you just the friendly man trying to help us in our quest? Are you not? What's in it for you?
I'm just trying to help, and you seem like you don't want to talk openly in front of the others yet, so I just thought maybe you want to have more privacy to discuss where we're going.
Privacy, maybe you are right. However, I still do not trust you. Listen to me. Everyone in this world is out for themselves, and I simply do not believe that there is no angle. You must have an ulterior motive.
And just,
However, if you must know, all we had was we have to go east, but if you have looked at a map recently, that's basically the only way to go. So we might as well take up Mr. Featherstone's sort of side quest, as you may call it, and do it because I need a decent inn in which to stay in so I can have proper mango salad.
Right. Well, I'm just a humble entertainer, and I just want to help. But I will leave you to your ideas of how people work.
Well,
but yeah,
if I may interrupt, that's the way she sees the world. I'm just a big blue Vidalcan somewhere on this planet. I don't even know where I am. But given the fact that we just spend the night together, I trust you, and I am.
Spend the night together. Is this where we are going? Very well, I might return to the others.
What are you insinuating, woman?
I am just rolling my eyes, ropes fluttering, bangles jingling, and I'm going back to the rest. I'm not having any part of this any longer.
And I'm just rolling my eyes like, woman.
All right. Well, before we leave, though, we need to head back into the city. I don't know. I need some ingredients, and also, as we noticed yesterday, if we want to do this ritual properly, we'll also have to find a rather pricey pearl that I will need as like a conduit.
Very well. Let's head out to the others.
Sure.
Yeah, and as you head out, I would say the three of you walk in just as that conversation between Don Ross and that was ending. And he turns back to you, and Felix does that. And he's like, does everything seem to be in order? Have you sorted your affairs out? Is everything... are we okay?
Yes, very well.
Good.
I'd hope them three figured something out.
Well, other than that, is there anything else I can help with? Do you wish to take my offer with this request out toward Arkenvale?
I'm just gonna go to Felix's ear, and I'm gonna say I accept, but I want a bigger pay up front and when it's done.
When you get closer, he visibly is doing this and trying to move away from you, and then you say about the bigger pay and more up front. And he's like, well, what if I give you 75 gold each up front, and you will receive 40 upon arrival?
I will accept that if it's 75 at the end as well. Can I persuade him, perhaps?
That's an awful lot of money. Yeah, sure. Roll a persuasion check. Yeah. That's a lot of money. That's 150 each person. Let's see. 18. Yeah. So he backs up a little bit, and he's like, well, what if, Arcturus and Shion, you wish for the orb, right?
We sure do.
Well, what if and he visibly swallows, and he seems nervous at this question, and what if the pair of you find the orb and the rest of my father's belongings, and you bring them all back to me, and then we have a discussion about the pair of you taking the orb?
In my opinion, and I also look at Shion, there's no need for discussion. We are taking the orb.
I agree.
But it belongs to me.
No, I heard it belonged to your father.
Well, yes, but I inherited it. I've got the deeds upstairs for the contents of the property and the property itself.
Can we just worry about the orb later? Can we just make our minds up of what we're doing, and can we just do something?
Can I do an intimidation on the guy?
Sure. How are you being intimidating?
I'm very big. I'm very blue.
You stand up tall?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Go for it. Roll intimidation.
There we go.
19. Yeah, he looks at you, and he like glances towards his guards for a second, and the guards kind of like look back at you, and are like, they're not sure if something's about to go down or not. Like that, you can see one of them is like getting maybe like sweaty palms, and like just puts his hand on the hilt of the blade. He doesn't do anything, but he just puts it there, just like he's unnerved, like he's not sure what's going on here. And Felix says, well, you would have to bring the other items back to me, correct? If that's what you were going to do for the orb.
I'm just gonna say out loud, this isn't how you make deals, guys. Have a discussion when you get your stuff back. Otherwise...
We have overstayed our welcome. Maybe it's
Yes.
time for us to leave.
I'm more than happy to at least part with the orb, but discussion at least for when you return. That's all I ask. I'm not asking for coin or anything, just a discussion.
Purse, listen, man. I get it. You guys want this orb. I don't know for what reason, of course, but he's at least giving you the option of talking about it. Can we just take that and roll with it for now, before anything too bad happens? Anyway, we still got to get the orb in the first place.
Agreed.
And with that, I give Felix a glance, and I turn around while saying, "Fine."
And as you do that, he says, the discussion would just be about what purpose you have for it.
Well, don't worry. That's a discussion I feel like all of us are about to have.
It's a discussion I need to have with you.
If you're leaving, clearly not with me. Anyway, do you accept for the transport? I cannot afford 150 gold per person, Contessa. That is an awful lot of money. Normally, I would only pay for a guardsman 2 gold per day, and for 7 days, that's 14 gold per person, and I'd normally have a regiment of at least 6 guards.
You know what? Since you're paying for accommodations, how about I personally just take 75 gold up front, and you don't have to pay me after it's done.
Oh.
You can keep your gold from me. I don't want it. If this is something the group wants to do, I'll just go along with it. Just show me where I can get some good, fine arrows. How would you pay for some of my arrows?
I want Don Ross's part.
Well, look, fine. I will pay everybody 75 gold up front, which you can divvy out with as you wish. And then upon arrival, there will be 300 gold waiting for you. And I will pay for all expenses along the way, and I will pay for 2 bundles of arrows.
I like that.
Before we leave, do you know any good place to get like magical items or any kind of ingredients, like a store?
I myself am not a magical practitioner, but I do have friends that do dabble in it. A lot of them go to Corellia's Components in the city. A gnomish woman. Admittedly, me and her do not see eye to eye, and, well, let's just say the plaque might not get you any discount. You see, she uses gems for magical uses which dispose of them, and well, I like to use gemstones to preserve and
Make money.
you can see, well, yes, but it's something nice that you can wear, and it's jewelry, and you see, she doesn't agree with the way that I use it, and I don't agree with the way she does either, and we've had words.
Really?
Yes.
How much do you know about these gemstones? Do you know a lot about them?
Well, yes, I'm quite handy with gemstones. Why? What is it that you need to know?
Look at my quarterstaff and see that little amber thing that's binded to it, and see if you know anything about it.
Why? This is rather extraordinary, really. It's quite impressive. It looks like. Well, it's a piece of amber that's been very finely cut into what looks to be a circular sphere of a tree in the middle. It's exquisite. Who carved this? This is extraordinary work.
No, but I was given this, and it let's just say it's let me do some crazy things. But I was very curious to what it even was, or what power it holds.
Well, I see it's one of something Corellia would probably see more interest in if it's with magical practice, but as an ornamental piece, it looks rather exquisite. I'd probably pay at least 150 to maybe 200 gold pieces for it. It's very well crafted.
I'm gonna keep hold of it. I don't understand this whole money coinage thing, and to me that doesn't hold any value.
Yes, neither do I really.
Okay, but thank you for your insight.
Question.
Yes?
Is Curran? What's that place called? Curran, is that on the way to Arkenville, or are we gonna not be anywhere near that?
Oh,
Not even close, my darling.
Thank
yes,
the Lord.
It's
now.
a long way away.
Thank you.
Towards the south, you'd have to go past the jagged peaks before you reach
Can
there.
you tell me a little bit more about that place?
What, Quirin?
Yes.
Rather barbaric, really. They deal in slave trades and all sorts of things. And
Found
well,
out.
the people there have shut off from the rest of the world, and they wish not to deal with us anymore. And well, even the Carassian market, we welcome all, but Quirin refuses.
So so you won't really see them around here much? They won't really make
gods,
an
no.
appearance up here?
No,
Okay.
the Quirins,
Has there been
they keep to themselves.
Has there been stories of people possibly getting, taken around here?
Oh, of course, yes. The Temple of the Prime used to send messengers there years ago, and well, let's just say the messengers never came back. So clearly sold
Right.
into slavery.
Great.
I just look at him.
Who, Felix?
No,
Oh,
Don
Don
Ross. You need a Quirinese person, darling. You're looking at one.
Well, I'm sorry I don't know
my.
your people that well, but listen, I've just heard that they deal in slavery, and being a Loxodon male myself, I feel like on the market I would go for a high price, and I'm not trying to find myself having to carry other people's bags or whatever you people.
Absolutely, darling. Those tusks you have are magnificent.
All right, princess. Listen here, all right? You're not gonna sit here and patronize me about my freaking what I am or whatever, all right? Mrs. Slaver, whatever we should call you, right? You come from there.
That does not automatically make me a slave, darling.
I believe otherwise, but it's whatever. Thank you.
So,
So can I ask?
Felix,
Yes. He looks.
when is the shipment leaving?
Well, if you're happy to agree, I can have it ready by midday, by noon. That's just in a few hours, 2 or 3 hours. It'll be
Okay.
ready by the main gate heading east towards the Amber Road.
I wanted to ask one other thing. There were some silk merchants that were supposed to arrive. I don't know if you know them. They go from Maril and Gascar.
I'm afraid I do not. At this time of year, many merchants and traders come for the event. You see, I hope they are well.
Felix,
That is all I have.
Yes, Ahad?
you trade in gemstones. You don't happen to have pearls as well.
I personally do not, but Corella would definitely have pearls.
Okay. Whereabout might I find that shop, actually?
Yeah, if you just leave the Golden Sands Ward and head just a little bit further south, you'll find a shop. It's quite easy to spot. It's one of the only buildings 3 stories high, and its windows from top to bottom. You'll definitely spot it.
Is the same thing for Phoenix Forge?
The Phoenix Forge is just opposite the Market Bazaar. You'll notice it because it has a large, sign out the front of the shop in the shape of a phoenix. It's painted red. You can't miss it.
All right. I'm gonna look at the group and I'm gonna be like, look, if we are agreeing to this, I think we should take some time and get ourselves prepared. Because hearing about the hill giants being over there doesn't really make me happy. But we'll see how this goes. But
I agree with Donruss.
yeah.
We should
So
head
I'm-
over to the Phoenix Forge.
I also agree.
So
It's
let's
a long way that we're gonna have to travel, and also be well prepared. This journey sounds very dangerous.
Oh, I also have something else for you. It might come in handy. It's one of my old father's maps. I haven't needed the use for it for a while, so here. And he pulls open another drawer in the lounge, almost expectantly, like he thought you might take the job. I will drag you over to the map. And here you go. This is your first official look at the regional map of Arantis. And he slaps this bad boy down, and you all take a little look, and he says it will be a 2 days travel to get to Woodstock, 2 days to get to Ashendale, and then just under 3 days to get to Arkenvale. So you will have to camp between here and Woodstock, and then you will have to camp between Woodstock and Ashendale, and then camp a couple of times between Ashendale and Arkenvale.
Does this shipment have a time limit to when it's supposed to arrive?
No time limit specifically, just it needs to go within really the next few days so we can get set up for the middle of the month.
Right, okay.
What's the name of your uncle, by the way?
Yusuf. Yusuf Featherstone. He's
Yusuf Featherstone.
Yes, he's my father's brother. Uncle, of course. He's actually a famed warrior. He used to be
profession.
Yes, he used to be a swordsman. He used to fight in the military long ago, but as with age, he has taken a back seat and became my father's advisor. And when my father died, he became mine.
Can I roll a history check on him?
Sure. Yeah, roll a history check.
So while he does that, can I ask him? So does he know more about the dealings of your father?
Well, he and my father had a great bond, and the pair of them have gone on a few adventures in the past, but he does not speak too much of him. They fell out, you see, before his death. I do not know why, but the pair of them lost contact, and he moved to Arkenvale away from my father, and then when my father passed, he returned and became my advisor, and tried to assist me in this new shop opening in Arkenvale, and as he knew it well, he decided to stay there. With your history check, Yusuf Featherstone, it rings a bell. You have a feeling that he has definitely attended a few of the jousting competitions in his youth. You remember when you were a little girl, and in your town, when you had your jousting competitions, you remember the name Yusuf being chanted every now and then, like during a win or something. But apart from that, with a 17, you don't know too much. But I'd say you've heard the name at least.
Cool.
Listen, I wanna get out of here so I can go do some shopping. Are we making this the meeting up place for later?
Well,
the main gate.
The wagon will be at the main gate, and my driver will be there as well.
Okay, where's the main gate?
It's by the main strip, by the 3 taverns. He'll have your coin there as well, and the arrows, and the food and the camping equipment.
Okay. If anyone wants to come with me to the Phoenix Forge, I'm gonna just go ahead and dip.
I'll be out right with you. Do you know the directions to it?
Yeah, he just told us. It's in...
Don Ross, did you want to tell me the message for Samir?
Just tell him I'm leaving to Arcaneville, and let him know that I would like to make a meet with him when I return.
Very well. I'll inform him.
And I'm just gonna go and walk out. I'm gonna head out.
I will just look at the others and be like, okay, I'm also getting some supplies, and I will be heading over to that magical components shop.
Actually gonna go along and tag along with Erhard on this one.
I'm gonna stay behind just for a few seconds, and then I'll head out just to talk with Felix for a second.
And Shion and Arcturus, where are the pair of you going? Or are you going separate ways? What are you doing? What are you doing? Tell me.
I think I'm just gonna go back to my tavern. If we're not going to leave until the morning, there is absolutely no point in me staying here. I will get a nice little rest and a fine vintage.
I'll head out to the marketplace to get some stuff.
Very well. So as you all depart, Contessa, you stay behind for a second?
So I know I wanted more money earlier, but actually I was thinking if you could lessen my money and then consider me for future jobs, I'd appreciate that.
Sure. How much by?
I'll go for just 40 gold.
Very well. Sure.
And I don't know if you could ask around, but I would really like to. The people I mentioned earlier, I don't know if you could tell me. Maybe when we're out doing our shopping, maybe you could send a few people to ask around for them. Their names are Muriel and Gascar. And
Gascar, yes. Still,
if you have any yes, if you have any information by the time we reach the cart, I'd like to hear it.
Very well. I'll see what I can do.
Thank you. And then I'm just gonna walk out.
And as you leave, you all leave the manor of Felix Featherstone, and we will cut to. Who do you want to go first? Has Don Ross gone on his own? Sure. Arcturus, have you gone on your own? And then the other three have gone and then Shion's gone to the tavern.
I'm kind of heading to the Phoenix Forge with.
So you're going with
Don
Don Ross. Okay, brilliant. We will go with Shion first, as she's on her own, going for some luxury as opposed to shopping. Yeah. So you, which tavern are you going to? Which one would you like to arrive at?
I would say I was going to say the one I spent the night in earlier, but maybe that's a bit too common for my taste. So, what was the one Earhart performed in? That was more luxurious, like the Lyrical Hornet.
Lyrical Hornet. That's the one.
Yeah, I'll go there.
Very well. So you go there. Is there anything in particular you want to do here, or are you just you lounging, drinking, and waiting for the rest to come?
I mope and and I'll order a fine drink and I'll just mope some more.
Do you have one of Felix's plaques?
I do not. I'll have to pay. I'll have to pay for it. Yeah, I know.
Okay, cool. So if you're going for the vintage, I believe it was 1 gold, 5 silver for a bottle of the vintage. So mark it off your sheet.
Yep.
And awesome. We will cut to. Let's go to Erhard and Maeve for now. The pair of you begin wandering the streets of Karas, and I'll put you back over here. And as you begin wandering the streets, you come to District 5, the Palm Ward. And as you start walking through, you see a large 3-story building with glass that goes all the way to the ceiling, to the roof, sorry. And as you arrive, let me pull up my note for this one. There it is. You can see what looks to be like a little shop. It's not very wide, it's quite narrow, but it's very, very tall, 3 stories high. And inside you can see a spiral staircase in the center that goes all the way up to the 3rd floor. And then there's like a gap in between for the 2nd floor and stuff. And on the 2nd and 3rd floor from outside, you can see it's just a vast library. There is books, scrolls, everything, all up on the 2nd and 3rd floor. But on the 1st floor, you can see what looks to be like pigeonholes across the whole wall, all the 3 walls and then the glass. And in front of that is a little counter. And on top of that counter is a cushion with a very small-looking, frail woman wearing a knitted pink cardigan with these big round spectacles. And in all of these little pigeonholes, you can see various different like baskets and jars of stuff. Like there's a jar labeled troll fingers. There's another one of raven's eyeball. There's another one of iguana poop. And there's like random different things in jars and baskets. And as you enter, this woman like looks up as this little bell rings, and she's like, "Yes, hello. Can I help you at all? Welcome to Corellia's Components."
Wait, is my mic on?
Now it is.
Okay. Hello. I was just wondering if you could give me some information on a certain gemstone.
Well, yes, of course. Are you looking for it to be used for a magical purpose or for monetary and jewelry gain?
I would like to know if it has magical purpose or any powers at all.
Very well. If you would like to pass it here, just so you are aware, dear, for me to perform this, it will cost you 10 gold.
Okay.
Are you okay with that?
Yes.
Yeah, very well.
Yes.
And she holds a pearl up, and as she holds the pearl, she pops it in her mouth, and then you see it come up by the side of her cheek, and as she's sucking on the pearl, she closes her eyes and puts her hand on the piece of amber, and she casts Identify, which is her version of casting the spell. And as she does it, she holds on to it, and she's like, yes, I feel a druidic nature to this. I believe this to be bound to maybe the Feywilds. This is an interesting piece of amber. This is an item to channel magic through. And then she takes her hand off of it and her eyes open again, and she spits out the pearl into her hand, rubs it on her cardigan and puts it back into her pocket. And she says, well, this, my dear, is, yes, it's a druidic focus. Do you happen to be a druid of sorts?
Something happened to me a long time ago, and yes, I am, yes.
Well, this is quite the priceless artifact. A normal jeweler would put a price on it of probably 100 gold, but it's really priceless. I wouldn't sell this if I was you, dear. I'd keep it for yourself and continue to channel your magic through it. I did sense a form of divine magic in there as well, but it was hidden behind layers.
Okay, and you said Fey, what was it?
It has Fey-like properties. It's a magic. Yes. Have you ever heard of the Feywild, dearie?
I believe I had mentioned something very slightly when we spoke about my companion Socks, actually. But if you could tell me more, please do.
Oh, well, it's a realm beyond this one where time is different. For example, if you spend multiple hours in the Feywild, time has altered here, and it goes at a much slower pace. The Feywild is much quicker, so if you spend too long in there, you age quicker than you do in the real world. And there is sometimes a shimmering boundary between the two where you can pass through on accident. But well, it's a mystical place. A lot of magic comes from there.
You happen to seen or heard of anything like this little mushroom man?
Well, when you mentioned him a moment ago, yes, he's a sproutling.
A sproutling? What is a sproutling?
Well, it's a form of Fey-like creature that, well, with the power of Fey imbued around him, enables him to grow to a fully sized adult.
How tall is a fully sized adult?
Well, sproutlings usually start off at about maybe 3 inches, and as they mature, they grow bigger and bigger, and I think the biggest I've ever heard of is about 7'2". I would say that one there is probably no more than a week or 2 old.
Hey.
It's quite interesting that you have him. If you wish to sell him, I'd be more than happy to buy him.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
I would pay a pretty penny.
Yes, I believe so. But to me, he's priceless.
Right.
One more question, though.
Yes.
Do you happen to know? Do these sproutlings speak any language?
Oh, yes, they speak Sylvan. But if you've tried to communicate with him, well, like I said, he's very young. He probably still doesn't understand.
Okay.
So,
amazing.
can I cut it?
Thank you so much.
Yeah, and then how do you cut in at that point?
Yeah. So will he learn that by himself, or how do they learn the language?
Well, if usually filled with fey magic, the process of aging obviously speeds him up. But at this rate, maybe, but it might take much longer for him to grow in the material plane.
We have to teach him.
Yes, he usually sproutlings live until around about 250 years old. But like I said, he's about a week or two, maybe 2 weeks old.
Great. Okay. Great. Yes. Thank you so much. I think I'm done here. I don't know what Airhad wants to do.
Yeah. So as the conversation ends, I kind of point out to the gnomish woman, dear lady, do you happen to have one of those pearls you just used on sale?
Yes, I do. Is it for a certain spell of sorts?
Well, I actually intend to cast similar spell to what you just.
The identify
used.
spell?
Yes.
Yes, and she reaches down and pulls a drawer open, and she pulls out a pearl, and she looks at it, and then she puts it back in, and then she pulls another one out, looks at it, breathes on it, looks at it again. Yes, this one. This one, I believe, is worth 100 gold pieces. It should be adequate for what you need.
Fortunately, I'm a bit short. Would you part for it maybe with a 90 gold?
Roll me a persuasion check with advantage, as Socks is in the building. Because she was intrigued by seeing Socks, because she hasn't seen one in years.
I would have wanted to argue that too, but sure.
Yeah. With little Socks at 21. Yep. She looks at you and she says, how about this? I will give it to you for 85, but I get to pet him. And she points towards Socks.
Well, you will have to unfortunately ask my companion, since she's like, let's say, bound to him, but be very careful when you do, because when I touched him, he emitted a bit of a fume.
Oh yes, they are quite poisonous. They usually they can release toxins into the air around them, you see, when they feel threatened at a young age. But as they mature, that does wear away.
Tell you what, I have a few nuts in my pouch. I'll give you a few, and I'll put them on the table for you. I'll let them come to you.
Very well.
Go from there.
Yeah, and she puts her hand out next to the nut, just like gently, and do you let him climb down your arm?
Yeah, I'll put my hand on the table and I'll let him decide what he wants to do.
He like goes over and he looks at her a little bit warily, and he's like a little unsure, and then he like almost like tries to creep up to the nut, and he picks it up and he just looks at her, and then he goes to take a bite, and she immediately like just brushes like the top of his head. And as he does, he like looks back up, like really panicked, like not knowing what happened. And then she like covers her mouth with her cardigan, as you just see a little of like blue like toxins come off of him. But luckily, none of you are stood close enough for the toxin to take effect. And then she smiles, and then he like looks back up at you expectantly, Maeve, and then climbs back up your arm and sits on your shoulder. There we go. Well, 85 gold, that's quite fascinating. I haven't seen one that young. Ever, I don't think.
And while we add that, do you happen to have a brazier of like some sort that I can use to burn incense or something?
Yes. Is there a certain price that you need? We have
really.
A variety.
Not really. It can be, as long as it's, let's say, sturdy, but it doesn't need to be. It doesn't need to be very expensive. Like like I mentioned, I don't have too much coin on me anymore.
Very well. Yes, there should be one around here. And she hops down from the desk, and she's quite nimble for her age. I don't know if either of you have ever come in contact with a gnome before, but you know that gnomes can be quite deceiving with their age because they hit a certain age and then they don't look like they age past that point. But this woman could be like hundreds of years old. You have no idea. And she runs over and she picks up this little brass brazier, and it's like a handheld one. And she's like, oh, and she like lifts up the brazier and she's like struggling as she's walking towards you at her. And yeah, she brings it to you.
Yeah.
And that'll be 10 gold.
10 gold.
Yes.
Do we have one in a bit of a smaller price range?
I have, it's rather heavy, but it's a little impractical for travel, but yes, I do have a steel one. You could also burn your hands on it if you lift it when it's too hot, but... Would you prefer that? That'll be half the price, 5 gold.
5 gold. If you can give me the first one for 8 gold, I would be willing.
I'll take 8 gold if you let me bottle up some of his toxins.
And
you have to be the one to touch him.
I won't be the one to touch him.
Hop in here and say no. We're not doing this. We're not doing this to socks. No way.
Well, 10 gold it is. I've already brought it all the way over here.
How much did we say for the first for the pearl?
85.
85. Yeah, I will have to cut out on the brazier for now.
Oh, you're going to make me walk it all the way back.
I can carry it back for you if you like.
Very well, 8 gold. I like to see a man sweat. And yeah, you give her 8 gold?
Yes.
She looks up at you and she smiles, and then yeah, she goes back behind the counter, puts the money in a drawer, and then sits back on the cushion. Is there anything else?
That's 93, right?
93, yeah.
Sure. So, Jesus. God, calculations right now.
Yeah. And she says, well, if there's nothing else, young girl, if he grows much bigger, please do stop by. I'd love to see him again.
I'm sure we'll be returning here sometime in the future.
And remember, I'll pay for him while he's small.
No, it's okay. It's
Very well.
It is.
Yeah. And you do you both leave?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm gonna head over to. Is it across where the others are? Is it far from where we are?
It's not too far, as you know where it is. So yeah, if you want to head towards the Phoenix
Yeah, I'm just
Forge,
gonna go that way.
Yeah, you can start making your way that way. Not a problem. Hub, do you do the same, or do you go elsewhere?
I will do the same, but before we like with the inventory now, like, so I just write that down what I bought and that's it.
Add it to your equipment at the bottom. Just put a brass brazier and the pearl, and then just put next to the pearl 100 gold, because that's the value of the pearl.
Yeah.
And then I'll add the weights on after the session, because that'll make it easier. Yeah. As we do that, as the pair of you walk off, Arcturus, where are you heading off to?
I'm heading towards the market just to get some supplies.
Okay, what sort of things are you looking to buy?
Just some supplies for the road, some meat, some bread.
You were told, just so you're aware, that they are providing food for you, so you're just getting extra. Yeah, sure. As you head to one of the marketplaces, there's a gentleman there, and he's selling all sorts of like packed food, like for travelers. Yeah, he looks at you and he's like, "Hello there, mate. Can I help you at all?"
Yes, I am looking for some cheap meats, if you like.
Very well. If you're looking for rations for like travel, it's 5 silver per pack, and that'll last you a day. That'll be a day's worth of food for 5 silver, mate.
Why then I'll show him the plaque because I have a Felix plaque.
Oh, look at that. Friend of that old Felix, you know what? How many are you looking to buy?
Well, not your entire stock because I can't carry that. What do you offer?
Well, you see, we have probably about 30 days worth of food here on the stall at the moment, as well as other general supplies, food-wise, for like pets and stuff like that. But if you're looking for just these, I can give you about 10 days worth of food, and I'll charge you for, why don't we call it 4 gold. 4 gold for the lot.
Deal.
Very well. And he packs it all up and he starts handing it to you. And there's quite a bit. You're like balancing it a little bit. Yeah, like that. Yeah. And you're having to balance it a little bit. And mark 4 gold off of your sheet. And he says, well, friend of Felix is a friend of mine, mate. Ta-ra, have a good day.
Thank you very much, kind sir. And with that, I head towards the main gate.
Yeah, balancing
with a
all your
lot of
food
meat
as
in
you
my
go.
hands.
Yep. Yeah, and there's like dried meats and like breads and a few other things in there that they've packed in. So it's like a decent meal each day. Yeah. And yeah, as you head over there, we will jump back to Don Ross and Contessa as the pair of you arrive at the Phoenix Forge. And as you do, you can see a small-looking building with a sign above it in the shape of a red phoenix, and on the sign in gold-coloured paint, you can read the Phoenix Forge. Inside, you see a very well-looked-after shopfront with various blades, spears, and weaponry, including a display cabinet with 3 sets of luxurious-looking armour. Firstly, you see a full plate armor set in what looks like to be a light-coloured metal that shines behind the glass, like recently polished. You see beside it another set of rough hide-like material, folded and forged to be a breastplate, maybe from some beast that was slain and then they used the hides with metals to create this armor. And then finally, you see a very thin-looking chainmail with completely made of like a golden color, with a green elven-like filigree around the shoulders and neck. And as you walk in, you see a counter, and behind the counter, you see a big open forge, and sat in front of it is a 6'11" dragonborn male with dark red scales and curved horns, as well as 2 wings tucked in his back and a large tail. And he's currently working a piece of metal at the forge.
I want to walk up to him and I'm like, hello, sir. My name is Don Ross, and I'm here to purchase some stuff from you. If you don't mind to hear out my order.
Yeah, you hear like a snort from the Dragonborn as he pulls up the metal and puts it into a cold bucket of water. As he walks over to you and he's like, well, how can I help you? The name's Arthur Zorn.
Arthur. Okay, whatever. That name's confusing. Anywho, hi, my name's Don Ross. I'm here to look for some of your finest arrows. I'm also looking for some really good armor for my size, if you have anything like that. And also, I'm looking for something really small as well. I'll tell you that after we get the first 2 out of the way.
I'm just gonna tell Don Ross that I remember Felix is bringing arrows too, so I think you might be packing way too much.
And daggers. I'd like to look at some of your daggers, please. Some really good daggers. I like some really good daggers.
Well,
and forget the arrows. I guess I'm gonna have enough.
Very well. We sell all sorts of daggers. It depends what type of metal you want. But you said armor for yourself. That'll, you see, that's a custom job because you're a larger gentleman than most that come through these parts, and it would require some time for me to craft such a thing.
How long?
What do you want?
Your finest armor. I need something that will like.
My finest.
Yeah, something that will not cost. Whatever you can do that will cost me about 50 gold.
That's not my finest.
Okay, well, whatever it works. Whatever makes me be able to take hits better.
Well, you look quite a bulky individual. You look quite muscular, but you don't strike me as somebody that, like this young lady here, for example. She looks like somebody that might, stand at the front line. She looks armed to the teeth, whereas you, my kind sir, look like you're trying to blend in with the crowds. Is that armor that you specifically want? You want armor like hers?
No, I want armor that, I can still blend, but also have something that can protect me a little bit more from whatever comes my way. But more so, I'm more focused on daggers. If you have some really, really good daggers, I would really, really appreciate that.
Well, currently we just have regular steel daggers. We don't have any specially forged daggers at the moment, as they are a special custom request.
I was told your shop's the best, and I really just need some really good daggers, alright?
My shop is the best.
Right.
If you want daggers, we have daggers. If you want special stuff, that's gonna take time. I don't keep that lying about.
Okay, how about any special arrows you got? Like anything cool that can do some cool stuff for me, or?
You see, if you're looking for wooden items, your best bet is Arkenvale, as they have the monopoly on the ironwood, so they have sturdier, stronger arrows, stronger wooden boards. They have other such things made of wood, which are sturdier and stronger. If you're looking for metalwork, like full plates of armor, you're looking for swords, you're looking for spears, daggers, I can do.
Okay. How about a rapier? Do you have any of those?
We do, yeah.
How much would one of those be?
A rapier, let me just consult my my list here real quick.
Thank you.
I think it's 25 gold.
25 gold? Okay. And before I pay for all this, I'd like to ask for something. How long? Okay, so we have a little dude that's with us. He's like, what, 7 inches, I would say? Like, he's really small. He's a small mushroom type of dude, right?
Okay.
I want to know if you have any armor specifically for that kind of small of a dude. Maybe you can make some really quick, because he's super small. Probably won't take you that long, right?
Well, so I'd have to have his measurements so that I could fit an armor piece suited for him.
Okay. Well, how much would it be to make an armor for him? How long would it take?
Sir, can I just have you ever been to a blacksmith's before?
No, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm technically still a child. So I'm just trying to.
You're a child? Well, then, unfortunately, sir, I'm not
58.
able to sell you wet. Right, that's okay then. 58 years old? What are you?
Yeah,
What's your race?
I'm Loxodon.
I've never met one of your kind, sir.
You've never met a Loxodon?
No.
What kind of people are y'all? Y'all never heard of us big, strong men who walk around?
Have you ever met someone of my kind before?
Can I roll for that?
Sure. Roll an intelligence check. Let's see if you remember meeting a Dragon Ball before.
What the fuck?
When this is happening, I'm just kind of browsing around the store, but I have in mind what I want later.
Yeah, that's the same roll, so that's fine. Yeah, you would, you've probably met some Dragon Ball before. Not many. You've probably met a few, but you've never met one with wings before.
Right. A few of your kind, just, not any like you, but, definitely met some dragons type people.
Well, we're not dragons, so we're Dragon Ball.
Fellow animal creature type people, right? Who?
I'm not an animal, sir.
Oh, well, they call me an animal, so I understand your pain, right? Like.
Is there anything I can help you with? Because the forge is getting gold.
Oh, okay. Right. My bad. How many arrows do you have on you? Do you have any things to carry arrows in, so I can get more?
We do sell quivers of arrows, and I believe, if you just wait for me 1 second while I quickly check the ammunition catalog.
Right.
As you keep changing what you want. But, I believe it's 1 gold for 20 arrows.
Oh. Okay. How about this then, right? I'll take 1 rapier. And I'll take 2 quivers.
Very well. So that'll be
and I might come back later about talking to you about that little armor. I kind of definitely want to do something like that.
Well, that'll be a total of 27 gold pieces then.
27 gold. Thank you. I'll take that.
Yeah, and yeah, you hand over the gold, and he pulls out a rapier for you, and it's a very well-crafted rapier. And what you can see in the hilt of the blade, you know, where the blade hits the crossguard, you can see what looks to be like a dragon's head with flames coming out of it, and it's like a little detail which signifies the phoenix flames. The Phoenix Forge's like symbol, like it's his own branding on the blade, and he gives you that. As well as that, yeah, you get 20 arrows, and on the quiver you can see inscribed into each quiver is a picture of a phoenix. There you go, sir. They're there for you. If you just bear with me one moment. And he turns around and he breathes fire into the forge. And he then pumps it with some air, and then he like closes the cap and he turns back. Is there anything else I could help you with?
You teach me how to do that?
I'm sorry.
You can't teach me how to.
I'm
you can't teach me how to do that?
I'm gonna go up behind Don Ross and ask him for his plaque now.
I don't have it.
I thought you took it.
No, I gave it to you. Remember? Like we
But I gave it
talked
back
about this.
to you.
But I didn't take it. I didn't.
Okay,
take it.
let's just say I have it then. I have it.
Oh,
Very,
cool.
very
I hope you
well.
did.
I can't teach you how to breathe fire, son. That's something that Dragonborns just get.
Okay.
It's like a natural ability.
Ability?
Yeah, that's my accent. That's what I've
What
gone
is-
for.
Oh, you mean ability? Ability. Got you, dude.
Ability, yeah.
Got you.
That's the one.
You know, maybe someday I can come back and we can maybe we can maybe we can talk about armor, making me some special type of armor, because you seem like a very knowledgeable person.
I'll tell you
by the
what.
way, yeah.
You bring me some lithium or erudite ingots. You bring any of them, and I'll make you something fine. You'll have to pay, and
you
it'll be
spell that
top
for me?
shelf. Lithium, Lithum, or erudite, Erodite.
EITE. Okay, yeah, definitely great. I appreciate
You
that.
bring them ingots around, and I'll make you something pretty.
Yeah, I really appreciate that. It's really cool of you. Maybe when I get back, we can go out for, some water and eat some peanuts or something. We can talk about this armor more.
Are you hitting on me?
No, I'm trying to be your friend, dude. I don't have many of those.
Right. Oh, well, same.
You want to be friends too? Yes.
Well,
let's
no,
go.
I meant I don't have many of them.
Oh, we can be my friend though. We can be friends.
Maybe. Man,
Maybe?
did you need something? Your friend here is quite the chatterbox.
Okay.
I'm just letting him smooth you down, honestly. But
Wow.
I was eyeing your armor, and right now I think my armor situation is completely fine. Because I want a fine armor later on. But right now I'm gonna unsheath my my sword and put it on the counter. I need something longer than this short sword.
You want a long sword?
Yes.
That'd be 15 gold pieces.
Is this just a standard one I'm getting? I have more gold than that.
Well, currently, like I said to your friend here, if you wish for more specialized things, there is a steeper price, but unfortunately, the ingots and such are rare to find. If you can find me some, then I might be able to forge you something a little bit better.
What kind of ingot would be good for a longsword?
Like I said to your friend here, I believe erudite is probably the best one out of the two. Erudite seems to be a heavier branding, so if you swing a sword with that, you would get more traction and would be able to do quote-unquote more damage. But if you find a lithium one, you'd be able to swing it faster, in turn maybe hitting people quicker, if you understand my gist of me trying to explain how mechanics of Dungeons and Dragons works,
I do.
combined with stats of weapons.
Is there any smelters out here that I could buy ingots from, or do I have to go to a different city for that?
Lithium and erudite is quite an expensive resource. You see, I believe there are a few of the higher up noblemen that do keep them as prized possessions. A good friend of mine, Mr. Featherstone, in fact, has a few himself. Not many though, but they are very expensive.
I'm going to show him his the plaque, and I'm like, yes, I'm acquaintances with him.
Oh, you're a friend of Mr. Featherstone.
Yeah.
Not
for now,
friends.
I'd like.
Not friends.
Oh,
I'm
not
friends. I will like
No.
to consider
You're a
myself
friend.
friends.
You're not. Okay.
Unless you want to be friends with me, then I can say I'm friends with Mr.
Well, no,
Featherstone.
you just agreed. You don't have many friends, so that makes sense. Neither do I, but Featherstone is one of them.
I'm just gonna.
Yeah,
I'm gonna put up 12 gold.
Yeah, I can. Well, yeah. If you can give me 5 silver, we'll call it quits.
5 silver just for the longsword?
12 gold and 5 silver. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll give you 2.5 gold off being a friend of Felix.
Thank you. And I'm just gonna. How would I add that to my character sheet?
Just type in longsword at the bottom. Oh, actually, no. I'll sort that out in just a minute when we go to the break, because we're going to be going to break just in a minute. Yeah. So take off the 12 gold, 5 silver from your sheet, and I'll add longsword on in a minute. And then he turns back to you both and he says, "Well, if there's nothing else,
Do you have any rare items?
I do."
I mean, okay, what can you show them to me real quick?
No.
Why not?
Well, because I don't know you, sir.
But
You've walked into my shop just 5
I know.
minutes ago.
I'm willing to buy some of your rarer weapons if you have any of those.
You know what? You come back to me a little bit later when you've, got a bit older, and maybe I'll show you. You just told me you were a child, sir. Technically, I shouldn't have sold you what I did.
Technically, I'm an adult around here, though.
Well, swings and roundabouts, right?
Listen. I just need you to help me out a little bit. Listen, I'm working,
sir,
Mr. Featherstone, on a quest.
I only sell my private, specialized equipment to those that I can trust. I've just met you.
Can you trust Mr. Featherstone?
I can.
So you trust him, you can trust us. We saved his life. I mean,
I'm glad you did that. That's a pleasant thing that you have done. But unfortunately, the only stuff I can show you is the stuff that's on the shop floor. And he gestures to the stuff in front of him.
I have a few questions. We're going on a week-long journey. We're actually doing a shipment for Mr. Featherstone to Arkenvale. Is there anything you could recommend for a week's trip at all? Anything useful at all?
Useful in what regard?
Maybe we get ambushed at some point. Would anything help with that?
I would advise not getting ambushed is probably the good thing to start with. Maybe keeping watch at night. Maybe I don't know. Make sure that if you are able to sleep with your back against a wall. I would probably recommend stopping in at the villages as you pass by if you're heading too far out. Stay clear of the ironwood. Stay clear of the mount, the ashen peaks. Stay clear of those.
Okay.
Be careful. If there's heavy rain, good luck moving, because you might as well stay an extra day. Yeah, things like that. Other than that, the hill giants, be careful of those too. If you don't get too close, you should be fine.
Like I said, we are heading to Arkenvale. Would you be interested in anything from there? I'd be able to procure it at a little bit of an interest.
Well, actually, if you are able to get your hands on some of the ironwood, I would quite happily buy some ironwood from you, as it's quite a rare substance, as Arkenvale has got the monopoly on that, and none of us in Karas are allowed to touch the wood. It's actually a treason against the state if we do such a thing, but if you purchase it officially through Arkenvale and bring it back to me, that'd be pleasant.
Okay. If I gave you extra, would you be able to make some kind of armor or weapon out of that at all?
Ironwood, I can make shields out of it, I can make arrows, I could make all sorts out of it.
You know what? I will keep that in mind.
Yeah, it's good stuff. It's almost like steel, but it's lighter.
Okay. Thank you for the sword, sir.
Not a problem.
Thank you.
And if you're in town any time in the next few weeks, by all means, stick by, and if your little friend wants to come in and get measured up, maybe I can sort something out for him.
Okay.
We'd love that. Thank you very much. Thank you so much, friend, for the arrows, the quivers, and even just taking our delivering what we wanted. Thank you. Appreciate it.
No worries. At that, you see Erhard and Maeve walk to the front of the shop. And that is where we'll cut to a break. And we'll come back after the break and we will continue there. And then we will go back to the rest of the gang. So guys, we're going to take a quick 5-minute break or so. Just a few minutes to go quickly grab a drink, pop to the loo, that sort of thing. So you go do the same. Go get some snacks. We'll be back in a few minutes. Goodbye, 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 goodbye.
We still have to make a
Hello. Yeah, hello. Welcome back. Welcome back. I had to make sure. Yes. Hello. I can hear myself. 1 second. Let me just change that because I cannot do that. There we go. Done. Awesome. Yes, welcome back. We are back with some more D&D. I hope you've enjoyed what you have seen so far. And yeah, we're going to jump straight back into it, I think, with... we're going to retcon ever so slightly, and we're going to have Maeve and Erhard just walking to the Phoenix Forge, just outside, about to come to the front door, as Erhard and Maeve, yeah, if you want to take it away.
So, Maeve, how was your first experience with like a shop for you?
Yeah, she was really nice, I thought. Asked for some coinage, I gave it to her, she did what I wanted her to do. Got a lot of questions answered. Is this how it normally goes?
Yeah, pretty much goes like that. You might come into situations where you might need more coin than what you have. Like what I bought was rather expensive. Expensive means it costs a lot of money to get things, and you might want more stuff, but then you run out of money. So, since I can't just go and grab it somewhere, so it's sometimes a bit important to think about.
So every time I can get money, I should take it, is what you're saying?
Sometimes, depends on the situation. Like, if it feels wrong to you, you probably shouldn't. Like, if it's
Yeah, I'm
someone
not gonna take
poor, maybe, or, you know.
No, okay, but yeah. That's
If someone
really
offers you money, it should be fine, usually.
Okay, yeah, because I've never had to spend money for anything. Like anything I ever needed, I could forage myself. I guess I paid for a service today.
Yes, she did you a service, exactly. She told you what you wanted to know, and therefore you gave her money so she can go out and buy herself food and pay for her shop or stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's like an exchange we all kind of do.
Yes, it's very interesting. I would have just thought that you do one thing for one person and then you in return do something else for them. But if it works, it works.
Well, unfortunately, there's a lot of people around, especially like in cities like this, or you might travel somewhere else where they don't know you and you still want something in return. So sometimes it helps to just have the money and someone will do something for you in exchange.
I guess it's quicker, right? It's quicker than...
Yeah. It can be simpler. Yeah.
So you're a big spender then, I see.
Well, I need it so I can help others, so that's why I need to acquire it.
Yes, why are you here as well? I'm very curious why you're tagging along on this journey.
I don't know. I've grown up not having many people around that were like friends or family, and I just feel like helping others is kind of what's needed, because I don't know, maybe I would have liked also more help in the past.
Okay, so you're wanting to do what you missed out on when you were younger.
Yeah, I kind of want to help people and I don't know, make sure no one gets into trouble, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Like with
Okay,
Mr.
that's fair.
Featherstone, for instance, he needs assistance, so yeah, we
Just
do that
out of the good of your heart.
more or less, yeah. Obviously, I still, for instance, take money for it because I have to
Because it's
pay
a
for
service.
stuff.
Yes.
It's also a service, yes.
Okay. Yeah. That
But I
makes
wouldn't
sense.
just do it for anyone. Like if it's like if someone telling me something that I believe is bad, I still won't take the money or I won't do it. If that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think I get it. I think I'm starting to understand the money situation that you guys
Yeah.
dabble in.
Okay. And well, mostly I wanted to say thank you that you kind of helped me to save money so I could buy some stuff that I needed. Cause
Oh, with
essentially
socks.
socks assisted. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I wasn't gonna let her just make him purposely.
No problem. It's yeah.
That's a little bit too much.
Yeah, I also would have not felt all right about it. At some point, he's not just a pet or something.
No, he's my friend.
Yes.
I guess he's my child now.
Well, he seems like we need to take care of him.
Yeah, he definitely needs taken care of. He
You
definitely
do notice at
needs
this point he's chewing on your hair.
Oh. Okay. Can I? Well, no, not can I. I'll literally, I'll take my hair out of his mouth, sort of tug on it, and it's like no, and I'll just reach into my pouch where I still have a collection of leaves and hand him one instead.
Yeah, and he starts munching away on it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Quite happy.
Yeah, and just a small side note, I kind of overheard you guys by chance the other day when you were talking to Don Ross in the garden. I just wanted to tell you, like, he seems like an okay dude, but in general with people, maybe watch out what their intent might be. Some people, they tell you something and they want something else. They might trick you into doing stuff you don't like in the end.
Why are people so confusing?
Yeah, some people
I don't
are.
understand. Because now you say that. But what if you're tricking me? It's all too much.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard that way, but just try to take small steps. Just judge from what people are doing. Like, for instance, someone steals from Mr. Featherstone. He seems like a bad person. Or if someone does something that's not just that they do for benefit to themselves rather and hurting someone else in the process, it's usually not a good way of doing it.
Are you warning me of anyone specifically?
No, not really. Just in general, like you said, there's a lot of people around also, and some people have bad intentions.
Okay. I'll keep it in mind. Thank you. Learning
that-
a lot.
You arrive at the Phoenix Forge as you see Don Ross and Contessa within. And Contessa and Don Ross, you see Maeve and Erhard rock up outside.
I'm gonna walk up to Maeve. I'm just gonna be like, hey, do you have yeah, you definitely have socks with you. This guy can possibly make some armor for socks.
So about socks, I have so much to tell you about socks.
Okay.
He's a sproutling, apparently. I just found out. Yeah, and he's gonna grow to be about 7 foot, I believe, when he's fully grown. Yeah, he's gonna be nearly as tall as you.
He also gets very old.
He also,
Very
yes, at 250 years, he's about a week old.
Wow.
And
we learned a lot about him.
we can teach him Sylvian, and I speak
Sylvian.
So how fast
You can
does he
teach me-
grow?
Pardon?
How fast does he grow?
We'll find out.
Well, I was told about the Fey Wilds, which
Where he normally
fairly
would have
certain,
grown.
where I'm fairly certain I've traveled through and have accidentally maybe taken him with me. But time apparently works differently there. And I believe, I don't know how fast he grows. I guess we can only measure this by measuring him each day and see if there's a difference.
I roll like
Yeah, apparently I think he would the time would go slower for him here than it would back where he's from.
Can I roll like a history check or something along the lines on a sproutling?
Sure, roll it.
Okay.
Never heard of it.
Good to know. Seeming as he is going to grow a lot more than we originally thought, should we even get him armor?
I think we should.
Can we get him a shield to hold, maybe?
Can he hold the shield at that?
I don't
small?
think he can hold the. He would try to eat the shield.
Listen, here's my thing, right? We're about to go on this mission, and we're possibly gonna run into trouble. Do we really want Socks to get in a situation where we can't protect him and something happens?
But now that I know that we can teach him Sylvian, so I want to try and teach him that every time combat happens, he goes and hides.
But that's like, what if we're unlucky and he hides in a really bad spot, and then he gets something happens? Are we really willing to take risks with this? Like we're here, we can get him armor.
But
He lives 200 years. He's not gonna grow to be super big in a year to where he can't wear the armor, right?
Are we still in the forge? Are we still in the forge?
Outside of the forge.
I'd say literally on the doorstep. Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
But
we could go in and see, but I don't know how long it's gonna last him till he outgrows it.
I say at least get him a little bit until we get to the next town, and then when we get to the next town, we can maybe look into upgrading or get a little size more. Cause what will they do? Refit him and maybe add a little bit more to it? We can just do that and see if we can sell his old and then get the new one.
What if we got him a helmet with like air vents in it?
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe we can teach him how to.
Arthur.
Yeah. Hey, I gotta go to the other place. I gotta go to where you guys were coming from. I need to look for a bow. I need to see if I can get some upgrade.
They have bows there.
You're going to the magical place? Why are you going to the magical place?
I forgot. What's the place with the bows?
It's called a Fletcher. Have you never heard of that before?
No, I've never. Dude, it's my first time here, dog. I'll go there. You guys can go in here and do what y'all need to do. I'm gonna go out that way.
Do you know where it is?
Didn't you want to get armor for Socks? I'm so confused.
You know what? I'll pay for Socks' armor. Let's go while you deal.
Yeah, you have to pay for this as well. Oh my god.
Yes.
Yeah, you have to pay for everything.
Indeed.
And I'm already at 57 gold, and I need that for the bow.
Can I just roll an Arcana check on the Sproutling? Like,
Sure.
and see it's like a magical creature.
Go for it. With a 14, you're not quite sure. Maybe not. Maybe.
All right. Well, I'll see you guys later, and I'm just gonna walk. I'm gonna walk off.
Yep. You just wander off into the palm ward, not having a clue where you're going, but you wander
find
off.
it.
So I
So
guess
we're gonna talk to Arthur.
I guess we go in and have a look if there's anything he can do for a reasonable price, perhaps.
I guess I just join them.
Yeah, and as the three of you walk back in, he seems to be just about to sit down at his forge. And as he sits down, he goes to grab the metal in the bucket. He looks and sees the three of you there, and you just see like some smoke come out of his nose as then he stands back up and walks back to the counter. Is there something else that I can help you with, ma'am? And Cole?
Can I? Oh. Can I?
Like I was.
Oh.
You go.
Please, one of you speak.
Can I roll? Where is it? Charisma.
What is it you want to do?
I just want to present myself in a for him to like sort of, how do I say this, vibe with me, like this sort of be like, oh, I like
Tell me what you're gonna say, and then I will ask for a roll, either disadvantage, advantage, or a flat roll, depending on what you say to him.
So what I want to say is I've just met my friend outside, Don Ross, who you've probably met as well.
Oh, the chatterbox.
Yes, that one. And he may have mentioned some armor for my companion as I like just gesture to Socks.
Right, he mentioned a lot of things, but that was one of them, yeah.
Yes. He's very dear to me, and I'm just wanting to, I guess, get him some protection. He is going to grow a lot in the future, so essentially I'm going to try and keep the cost down of it. If there's anything at all you have here that could fit him and benefit him in some sort of protection, is there anything you can do for us?
Well, if he's going to be growing a lot, like you said, maybe metal's not really the thing you want to grow into.
What about,
I think hide would be better.
Yeah, like hide or a tanner. You want to go to some sort of like leather shop maybe and get him some leathers, and that way maybe it'd protect him just that little bit more.
So is there anything like that around here, or is?
There is a tannery here, but getting work done in what sort of time frame are you looking at?
Oh yeah, I don't think we have very long at all.
Well, because of the intricacy of how small he is, it might take a few days or so to get the correct thing. Now, if you want something quick, I can rustle up a piece of metal that he could hold, maybe, that he might be able to defend himself with, like a shield, but not really.
Yeah, and what about how quick would it be for you to make a helmet with some holes in it?
A helmet? Well, because it's so small, not very long at all. I could probably do it in like an hour or so.
Okay. I look at Contessa and I'm like, what do you think is best to get here?
A helmet is definitely better than a little piece of iron he's gonna hold.
Yeah,
But it needs to fit him well so he doesn't take it off.
Is he gonna like wearing this?
I don't
Who
know.
knows?
How much will this cost?
Well, it's a piece of metal with a few holes in it, probably like, I don't know, 2 gold pieces.
I'm gonna present the plaque again. How about 1 gold?
1 gold, 5 silver.
Okay.
That's
How about I supply the
rolled my
gold?
charisma yet?
yeah, roll charisma to see if he likes you as well. Yeah. Yeah. He doesn't seem to dislike you, but he doesn't like you anymore.
Okay, that's fair.
So yeah, he just gets like a general vibe from you.
I'm just gonna look at Maeve and be like, how about I supply the gold and you give him 5 silver? 1 gold and you give him 5 silver.
Sure, yes. Sure, yeah.
Very well.
I'm gonna put my gold up on the counter.
Can I just measure his head?
Be careful.
Yes, but maybe should I do that? Maybe he's a little bit touchy.
Sure. And he hands you a piece of material which has loads of numbers on it, and it's just a long piece of material with loads of little red lines and numbers.
So
How to use this?
Yep.
well, I mean, he can look over and look what I'm holding, right?
Yep.
Like he just doesn't have to touch
Yeah.
it.
He looks at you and he's like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "Just put that bit there, and then that bit there, and tell me what that number says." You know numbers?
It's been a long time since I've looked at numbers.
Right. Move on for a sec. And he like just leans over and he's like, "Okay, yep." And he's like, "Right, that's fine. Yeah, I can. What I'll do is it'll be a metal top, with a load of holes in it. Do you know what salt is?"
Salt?
Yeah.
Like what we put on our food last night?
Yeah, you know sometimes they come in like a little container.
Oh yes.
And you sprinkle it on, and they have holes. I'll make something like that for his head.
Perfect. Maybe is there a way that we can get a little chin strap for him there as well?
I can attach a piece of cloth to it so it'll be comfortable underneath his chin.
Yes, perfect.
Sure. Yeah, that's fine. Come back in like an hour, and I'll make that ready for you.
Sure. Thank you.
No worries. And yeah, he walks off, and he grabs like a bit of scrap metal from like a box that you see, and he just looks at it, and he's like, "Yeah," and then just starts like smashing it with like a hammer, trying to make it more rounded. And yeah, you guys exit the shop. Don Ross, you head over to a Fletcher's of sorts, and when you walk inside, you see an elven gentleman who is currently stood in the shop, and there's arrows, and there's shields, and bows, and staffs all around, and he's like, "Oh, well, welcome."
Hello! Hi, my name is Don Ross. As you can see, I'm a Loxodon person.
I've never seen one of you before.
Great. So that means we should get off just fine. Listen, I am I'm going on an adventure, right? I'm going out, just doing some job for somebody, Mr. Featherstone. I know you know of him. We're actually doing a job for him.
The higher up nobles. Yes, he's quite the extraordinary gentleman, really.
He's definitely intriguing. I'll tell you that much. Anywho, I need. Listen, I'm gonna pick out my bow and I'm gonna show it to him. Like, I kind of want to know if you have anything better than this.
Well, that's just a short bow. Of course, there's long bows, which are slightly better. Allows you to draw back further, fire an arrow to a longer distance, and get more power.
Okay. Anything better than that, or that's like the top we got?
Currently, of what we have, that's the yes, that's pretty much what we have at the moment.
Okay.
Why are you interested in purchasing such a thing?
Yes, I definitely need a better bow.
Right, well, just give me 1 second while I look at my catalogue again, which I closed, and just find the longbow costs for you. Oh, look, they're right here. That would be 50 gold pieces.
50 gold pieces?
Indeed, yes. It's quite well crafted, and it's got the Velanastrian emblems upon it, and yes, it's quite the place.
Yeah, I get that. Is there anything maybe without the emblem, so it's like a little cheaper, or that's all we got is this one?
That's all we do, I'm afraid. Yes, it's the standard. This is the bottom of the barrel of longbows.
Right.
It's the cheapest one.
It's the cheapest one.
Cheapest longbow, yes.
Oh, great. Wow. I would. Is there any way we can bring that a little lower? But
the longbow? No, not really. It needs to be that length for the string, you see.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Man, you know what? I'm kind of just wanting to get out of here anyway. So yeah, I'll take it. I'll take your bow for 50.
Very well. Not a problem. Thank you very much, sir.
I'll be poor. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Well, I'm sure you can't be that poor. Now you've got
7
2 bows.
gold poor. Yeah, 7.
Well, you've got 2 bows now. I don't know why you need 2,
that is...
but yes.
Hey, it's dope.
If you'd like to sell your bow, I'm more than happy to buy the short bow off of you.
How much for the short bow?
Well, you see, we sell the short bows here for 25, and as it's a used bow, it'll be at half price. So I could probably buy it off you for, let's say, 12 gold.
Oh, how about 13? So I can get up to 20 gold. I'll round up to 20. See, you're even me out,
Roll me a persuasion check.
No persuasion.
It's going to be 12.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Sure. Thank you very much, sir.
Also, actually, I have a pretty cool item. I have an insignia from my tribe back to where I come from. How much would that go around here? This is a rare item. It's from a tribe not even around here, It's pretty far out there.
To me?
Yeah, why not?
Well, as lovely as it is, we deal in bows and arrows and staffs and clubs and other such things, which not insignias, friend.
Any special type of arrows that might, do something cool?
We have ones that, when fired from a bow, can hurt someone.
Great. Okay. Thank you. No, thank you very much. I appreciate it. No, that'll be all for me.
We also have training arrows if you wish not to hurt people.
Training arrow? I don't need. No. Listen, if I'm gonna shoot an arrow at someone's dying. Okay. Thank you very much.
I probably wouldn't go around town telling people that the next arrow you fire will kill someone. The people at the archery range would not be quite happy with that, especially if you kill one of the.
Why would I go to an archery range?
Well, that's what you do with a bow, isn't it?
Sure. Yeah. You're right. Yeah.
Right, well, all right. Well, thank you for coming by.
Thank you.
Yes, please come again any other time if you wish to purchase any more equipment. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Now I'm just going to leave.
You'll never guess what I've just seen as he walks out the back telling whoever's out there. And you all reconvene outside of the taverns, and Shion is enjoying her wines and such. Arcturus, do you go straight to the wagon, or do you go to Shion? You go to the wagon, so you're waiting by the wagon with all your wares. Where does everyone else go? Does everyone go to the wagon?
I'm waiting for hours now.
I'm going to the wagon.
I'm going to the wagon.
Yeah.
I'm going to the wagon.
So everyone goes to the wagon.
Is
Yeah,
the
and then
armor
eventually. Oh, yeah.
finished?
Wait, did we all hear that Shion was in? Did we hear she went where she went, or?
I don't think she told anyone. I think she just went.
We
She
can come
might have
back
told-
to the.
She might have.
We can come back to the Phoenix Forge.
We'll wait.
You've still got like you've got like about an
Yeah,
hour
but
to
if we
wait
go to
anyway.
the wagon-
So
Yeah, because we have. Well, at least I have to go back.
yeah. So yeah, you guys meet at the wagon anyway. Shion eventually comes out as well after finishing her drinks and listening to some live music. And all of you are outside of this wagon, and you see a halfling man with scruffy brown hair, wearing the guard's uniform that you've been introduced to Felix Featherstone's personal guard, and he's currently brushing down one of the horses for the wagon. Yeah, you can see on the side of the wagon, emblazoned upon it, is a feather, all carved into the side of the wagon with a big FF on it. As if you didn't want a big target on a wagon that you are transporting. But yeah, it's all embellished. It looks very rich and noble. But yeah, as you all stand there, this little halfling man looks at you all as you are gathering around the wagon. And yeah, what do you guys do?
I'm gonna ask where Felix is.
With us.
You want to know where Felix is? Well, I presume he's at home. Your pay's in the back of the wagon if you need that.
Did he tell you anything about? I sent him to do. Well, not him personally, but a few others to do something. Did he say anything about that?
Oh, yeah. Are you that Contessa lass? Yeah. Well, basically, from my understanding, the people you're looking for, he couldn't find. Didn't hear any word of them. But if they were in the Market Bazaar and they are alive, they'll probably be with the guards if they're injured. If not, they'll probably be in one of the taverns. But from what Felix could find out was he was not aware of their death or if they were living. So hopefully good news, eh?
You know, after hearing that, I'm just gonna take my pay and kind of go like to the barracks. Maybe that's where like guards would be and stuff.
Yeah, well, you could definitely go over to the barracks if you like, but then if they're injured, they could be there, or they could be over at one of the hospital sort of places, the medical tent, should I say, where they're getting patched up. But if they're not injured, then they could be off towards the morgue if they're dead. But if they're not dead, then they'll probably be in one of the taverns.
I'm going to go check out one of the medical tents.
Sure, by all means. Just so you know, we are planning on leaving in about an hour. So, as quick as you can.
I'll be back by then.
Brilliant. All right, thank you very much. Anyone else have any questions?
Yes, this wagon of yours, is it only for, like, cargo, or do you, I mean, can I, like, do you accept a certain lady inside it? I do not wish to walk all this.
Unfortunately, the wagon is completely locked off, and the key is with myself, and only to be opened upon arrival. However, if you did want to sit up on the bench with me, a pretty lady like yourself, I wouldn't say no.
That's kind of weird.
Absolutely. Never such a deal, darling.
Very well. Well, yeah, rest them weary legs. Anyway, anybody else? Any questions?
I will just take my pay then, and I think I will head back. Do you know any place where I can buy some herbs or incense?
Herbs or incense? What for? Like smoking or?
For rituals?
Like magic stuff?
Yes.
Oh, right. Well, Corellia's Components probably sells the sort of things that you'd need for that.
That lovely lady. Thank you.
Yeah, she's alright, to be fair. Bit old, but alright.
You know her?
Oh, yeah. We live in the same city. I've popped in once or twice. She asked me to fetch things for her, you see.
You have any tips for me? How I can make her not take too much money off me?
Avoid her. That's probably the best way.
That's what I felt. Thank you.
Yeah, well, as no one's asked, the name's Galoyan, just in case you wanted to know.
How do you spell your name?
Geo. L-O-I-N.
L-O-I-N. Galoyan. Okay.
Yeah, that's the one.
Nice
That's
to meet
cool.
you, Colin.
Hello, my name's Don Ross. I'm gonna, like, put down my
Pleasure,
hand
you're a
and
big
give
fella,
a handshake. You know, just try to be
Oh
nice.
yeah. Look
Yeah,
at
thank
his
you.
little hand.
Thank you. So can you tell us a little bit about this route we're going? Maybe
What,
give
the
us some info.
The Amber Road, yeah, it's quite
Yeah.
dangerous. I'm hoping that
Dangerous,
you lot
yeah.
can protect me. If the hill
Well,
giant comes, I'm gonna make the
I'm not
horses
gonna-
run. Hope you lot
I'm
can
not
keep up.
gonna, you know, I'm
What
not
was that,
gonna
sorry?
sweat anything, you know what I mean? But I think we'll protect you just fine, you know?
Oh, that's all right then.
Yeah.
Mr. Featherstone's clearly paid his way.
Right.
All your coins there for the ones that haven't taken it, and he passes
Oh, thank
around
you.
75 gold to everyone apart from Contessa, who
Sweet.
gets 40 gold.
Sweet. Also another thing,
Yep.
sir. So how much traveling a day do you might want to do? So we're tracking,
What do you mean? Sorry, I'm a little
like,
confused.
you know how people when they travel sometimes, right? They take a rest and they stop and camp out maybe throughout the, like, how many times do you want to do that?
Well, it's
How many
7
times are you
days.
planning?
It's 7 days to get there.
So,
So
okay,
we'll
7
have
days.
to. Yeah, what we'll do is we'll camp in between here and Woodstock.
Okay.
Then we will rest at the inn in Woodstock. Then we will camp between Woodstock and Ashendale, and then we will camp. We'll get the inn in Ashendale, and then between Ashendale and Arkenvale, we will have to camp
Lot of
twice before arriving there. Yeah, 7 days. You see,
That's a lot of traveling.
it's
Cool.
quite a while.
Yeah, I get it. All right, well, thank you so much for your answer. If you need anything carried or you need anything, that you might need a big giant elephant to do for you, let me know.
Well, it's all in the wagon.
And in that case,
Right.
I step
Do
up.
you need me to carry the wagon a little bit for you? And I can just tie it up around me and I can
Good.
walk in front, you know?
I don't think you could.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate it. No, thank you.
No worries.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. Be back in an hour anyway, folks.
Sure.
In that case, I also step up at Don Ross with a huge pack of meat in my hands, and I just hand it over. So you can carry this. Thank you very much.
You know, can we listen? I get it. You want me to carry this, but like Arcturus, man, I really would rather not carry meat.
You just offered the dude to
Right.
carry stuff.
I'm gonna kind of whisper to him. I was like, I'm trying to get on good graces with the dude up there, you know, so we don't fuck this up.
Yeah. So
Yeah. I
he's
mean,
he's depending
me
on
and you-
us. Why are you going
Right.
for good graces?
wait, what? What'd you say?
We are his gods.
Wait, what? We're not. Wait, what?
We are his gods.
As guards,
guard.
yeah, right. And that means as guards, I should have my hands free to fight, right? 'Cause that would
Then
make more
why
sense
did you
to carry
offer
meat.
to carry stuff for the guy?
Because I'm just letting him know that he can trust me and utilize me if he needs to, right? 'Cause I'm
So,
in his services
I am
right now.
utilizing you now.
But you're not
Take
my
the
leader. You're not
meat.
my boss. Who promoted you leader here, smartass?
And I'm just turning my eyes and like I
If
go to
If
the
if you do need anything carrying, there's a couple of boxes on the side of the wagon there. If you want to put it in there, sir.
Thank you very
Well,
much, my
Arcturus, I
lad.
guess you got your answer there.
And I walk
Come on.
over to the cart and I just stuff the meat in there.
Yeah, it's like a
Turn
little
it.
side chest on the side of the wagon.
I'm gonna turn to Shion and I'm gonna be like, so I've heard you're from Curran.
Exactly, darling.
Right. Well, were you
So
raised
that's
there?
sudden. I am, as a matter of fact. I was born and raised there, yes.
Did
What's
you
it
leave? Did you leave for any reason, or is that just,
It was involuntarily. Let me just keep it at that.
involuntary? Okay. Did you leave because of the slavery, or is that something you actually agree with?
Of course I agree with it, darling. But
Right.
that has nothing to do with me leaving.
Right. Okay, so you actually believe in slaving other people to do your bidding. Do they get payments? Do you give them
Of
anything nice?
Of course, our family treats them very well. And
Right.
tell me honestly, do you really believe that in a barbaric country such as this, I mean, people are living in inescapable poverty. I mean, in my country, if somebody is in dire straits, so to say, then they could sell themselves, maybe be treated right, and make some contribution. Do you really think inescapable poverty is any better?
So you're saying that enslaving people to do your bidding is better than them actually having their own free will?
Free will? How much free will do they really have? I mean, all they have to they have no other option than just do stuff, work, earn money, and
You're forcing them to do your bidding. Like you're
Not
enslaving them to whatever you want. Is that really?
either by me. I mean, apparently in these countries they are forced by life itself, so to speak.
Right. Okay.
Because I mean, let's say take a butcher for example, right? I mean, our friend Arcturus here has just come back with a large amount of meat. Let's take the butcher for example. All he has to, I mean, his entire life consists of getting meat, butchering meat, and sell it off. It's his livelihood. If there is absolutely no possibility he can do something else, or he would lose his livelihood. Do you really think that is any better than living in relative luxury?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I've lost everything myself. That doesn't bother me as long as I can actually do what I want to do. But I won't let you know this,
Most people do
Shion.
not have that option.
Or I'm gonna let you know here, princess. What you're not gonna do is you're not gonna treat me like one of your slaves. And I even get the hint that you're treating me as if I am something under you, or something that is beneath you, or whatever you believe in there.
My darling.
I will take it personally matters and make you look like you are nothing but a little pebble.
A pep.
And you are absolutely nothing. You're not in your little land no more, which means you're nothing here. You're just as popular as the rest of us.
I see. Very well. I think you and I will become great friends. And I just turn away.
I like that. Did you want to go somewhere?
Me?
Did you want to go to Corella's or?
Yeah, I pretty much walked with the payment. Like I just turned.
So you go back there? Yeah, not a problem.
Yeah.
So you walk back in, and she looks at you, and she's like looks at you like with a quizzical look.
Hi. I forgot some stuff. Do you happen to have herbs or incense?
And she looks around, and she you see her flick her wrist, and at this, a spectral hand flies out to a sack, brings it to her, and places it on the counter. And then the bag just opens up, and you can just see all sorts of incense and herbs within.
Oh, so I will tell her so I need a specific amount, so to speak, for a ritual. About 10 gold coins worth.
Yeah, and at this, the spectral hand goes into it with a wooden cup, pours it out, and then pours it into another bag, and then she ties the bag and passes you and puts a hand out for 10 gold.
Sure. Can you tell me, do you know anything about the Ironwoods? Because we're going out on a travel, and we're gonna pass by there very closely. And I have a feeling there might be bad stuff going on there. I heard about.
Well, there's all sorts of corruption and stuff within the Ironwood, but not anything in particular. I've heard rumors, but that is all.
What sort of corruption?
I could not tell you. A corruption within the wood, turning the barks black and the grass beneath it like an ill, sickly color.
Okay. And I just hand her the 10 gold.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and she takes 10 gold off of you, and you get past a sack of incense and herbs.
Sure. So I just increase that to 2. I guess.
Just add another one on, not a problem. And as you leave and return back, Contessa, you arrive at some medical tents, and then you see all sorts of people injured. You also see Hugo by the side of his mother in one of the medical bays, who is having her leg treated from when she took the nasty gash. And you can see that she smiles at you as you walk past. And yeah, do you want to roll me a perception check as you're wandering through the medical tents, looking to see who's about? 13. As you look about, you do see various, all different races. You see tabaxis, you see turtles, you see humans, elves, dwarves, all like with various wounds and stuff. However, the people that you seek, you do not find.
Do I see Brent anywhere?
No, you do not see Brent.
Is there other hospitals, or is this the only one?
There's like a big area of like medical tents, and you're just like going up and down looking through, and you do you definitely see all walks of life that seem to be injured. There's probably in the region of 30 plus people here, like injured and being treated, but yeah, you can see that there are a lot of guards stationed about and stuff, but you do not notice Meryl or Gaskar.
I wonder if I'd be able to. Is there like a head guard I could talk to?
Yeah, there's guards about. Yeah, you can ask.
I'm gonna wave one down and just.
Yeah, and one of the guards comes up and he's like, yes, ma'am, is there anything I can help you with?
Is this where all the injured people are?
The ones that have slightly severe wounds that need to still be treated as of yesterday's onslaught, and people that we wish to keep overnight. But currently, a few of the lesser injured have returned to their taverns and been compensated for their stuff. Are you looking for someone in particular?
Yeah, I'm looking for Maril and Gaskar. They're silk merchants.
They may have been here, but yes, unfortunately those names do not ring a bell.
Does Brent ring a bell?
Brent, one of the guards?
Yes.
Yes, he's currently in the barracks. They're just treating the last of his wounds, but apparently someone came to help and assist him during his state within the bazaar.
That was actually me. Could you give him my regards? I'm glad he pulled through.
By all means. Well, what was your name?
It's Contessa.
Very well. I'll let him know. Are you staying in town? He may wish to say thanks himself once he's feeling a bit better.
We were, but we're actually leaving on a trip.
Well, if you do return, make sure to pop into the barracks, and I'm sure Brent would love to give him his thanks himself. You saved his life from what I hear.
I did. Now, can I go back to the Oak and Cake? But yeah.
Yeah, you start making your way back to the taverns? Yeah. The gate's right by the Oak and Keg, so as you arrive, yeah, you run on in real quick and you look inside. And as you do, you can definitely see that there seems to be more guards here than when you last were here. But yeah, you walk on in through the doors and everyone's drinking, and yeah, it looks like it was as before.
Nothing different at all.
Just more guards.
Damn it. I'm gonna inquire one of the guards and ask why there's more guards here now.
I'm afraid that's confidential.
I'm gonna show like Felix's plaque. I'm here on behalf of Felix, and I'm looking for some people as well.
Ah, right. Well, yes, as there has been a theft recently of some artifacts in Felix's home, we did, in fact, almost catch a thief that was passing through this tavern. We believe he could be something to do with the Felix theft. As they always say, the thief always returns to the scene of the crime. And apparently he was seen within the establishment a few hours after the event had happened. And then also, he had stolen from a bard, stolen a musical instrument. So we are suspecting that he could be involved with the entire affair.
Alright, so you know what he looked like?
Yes, he was an elven fellow with blondish hair, wearing a cloak, and yeah, he was quite well dressed. But apart from that, that's all the information we have. If you do spot such a man, please do report it to one of the officials.
I'll do just that. I have no other I don't know where else I'd meet them, so I guess I would head back to the
Yeah.
card.
Yeah, and you head back, and Ahad, you also pull up to the wagon, and about an hour has passed at this point. Would you guys go and pick up your metal?
Yes. I'm gonna head to the forgery if anyone wants to join.
I'll go with you.
I'll take along because why not? If I'm there.
Yeah, the three of you head up to the forgery, and you can now see behind the counter is a tabaxi woman. And as she stood there, she says, greetings. Is there anything that I can do to help any of you?
Yes. I was here earlier, and what was his name again? I ordered a helmet, a very, very small helmet, and it should be ready by now.
For the little one.
The little one, yes.
Yes, here you go. And she pulls up a small little box from under the counter and pulls out what looks to be like a pepper shaker lid, and passes you it. It's got like a little cloth chin strap as well. There you go. I believe this is what you commissioned. You have already paid as far as Arthur is aware. And yes, thank you very much.
Thank you. Can I just is there a table in front of me or like a counter?
Yeah, there's like a counter. Yeah. There's like a counter. Yeah.
I just put my hand down on it and like sort of gesture for Socks to come down.
Yeah, he does.
And I present him his helmet.
He puts it in his mouth.
Amazing. And in Sylvan, I want to take the helmet from him first of all. I hold it in my hand and I'm like, helmet.
He looks at you.
Okay. And then I very gently want to sort of place it on his head. I just want to wait out this reaction here.
Yeah, he starts itching at his head and then takes it off.
And so I shake my head at it and I'm like, helmet in Sylvan. On. Yep. And I pull a leaf out and I show it to him whilst he's still got it on his head. And I, again, wait for his reaction.
He starts to try and take it off, but when he notices the leaf, he stops.
Right. I hide the leaf and I just wait.
He starts trying to take it off again.
Okay, so I show the leaf.
Yep. He stops.
Yeah. And again, I gesture to him. On. Good. Leave. Take off.
Roll me a d20, please. Just a flat d20. On the left-hand side, there's a little dice. Click that, roll a d20. Okay. Yeah, and he just stares at you if you've got the leaf out still.
Okay. I tear off a little bit of the leaf and I give it to him.
Yeah, he starts eating it.
Yes. And then I await the reaction. I pull the leaf out of his side, whatever I've got left, and wait for him to...
It's still on his head at the moment. He just seems to be complacent, stood there. And you can just see this tabaxi woman is just staring at the pair of you. Like, what the hell is going on?
I'm just... Yeah, no, go.
No, I'm just gonna ask the woman, how are you related to Arthur at all?
No, I just work here as on the desk.
Ah, so you work for him. Okay, just good to know.
Yes, I'm an employee.
What is your name?
My name is Zandal.
Thank you. My name's Contessa, and we're trying to fit this helmet on our little friend here because we're worried he might get hurt.
Yes, he's very small.
Yes, and he's also... we're trying to teach him to keep the helmet on. Is basically what I'm trying to get at here.
I think it might need some more work. And as you say that, he's now holding the helmet in his hands.
Okay. So real quick here, I want to... Obviously, I don't have the helmet. Oh, do you happen to have any helmets? It doesn't really matter if they fit me, but do you happen to have anything lying around that I could present to him? And I'll give it back to you. I don't want to buy it. I just want to...
Sure. And she reaches the helmet from behind the counter, and passes you it.
Yeah. And so I just wanna. I don't put it fully on my head, but I just wanna. I hold it up for him, and I'm like gesturing for him to do the same thing and follow my lead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he watches you.
Yes.
I'll make a roll one second.
Okay.
Let's see if he understands. 2 GM, so you can't see it. He looks at you. He's just staring at you.
This helmet, is it metal?
Yeah, the one you're holding, yeah.
Okay, yeah. There's a Contessa. Could you
since I'm probably wearing my armor, I'm gonna take my helmet off, look at Socks, and I'm sure he remembers me because of the drink, and I'm going to gesture to put it back on, but I'm also going to grab his at the same time and put it on his head and pat it just a tiny bit.
He like tries to look up at you as you're putting it on, so it's like awkward angle because he's looking up because his head's moving. Yeah. But yeah, you manage to put it on his head and he just looks at you.
And I give him a leaf.
He takes the leaf, he starts eating it, yeah?
Yeah.
Did you say you could speak to him?
Well, he's okay. So what's happened is Socks is essentially a baby, and he still has to learn to speak. So he doesn't know. I don't think he knows any words yet, but I do speak the same language, so we can try and teach him.
How about you try again, but not in like simple words. Try to like keep talking to him. Don't just be like helmet.
Okay. How about you do the same gesture, and I'll talk him through it.
Okay.
Okay.
I grab my helmet again.
Yeah. Socks. This helmet. Yeah.
Yeah, he looks at you when he says that.
Socks. This helmet needs to stay on your head like Contessa wears hers.
He nods.
Okay.
He nodded. Oh.
Do you?
The helmet's still on his head. He never took it off.
Do you understand?
He looks at you.
Nod if you understand.
Do you nod?
No.
Because you nodded then.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. If you don't nod, he stares at you.
Okay.
Maeve, can I just offer you something? I think this is something we're gonna have to teach him along the trip.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's not gonna learn right now. This is yeah. He's just you're just confusing the little guy. Remember, he's really young. We're confusing him too much. We teach him the basics of a language, and then we work him up. Because he's too young for this right now. This is too much out of his...
but we need to try and at least get it on him for now.
He's wearing it right now, so let's just keep it like this. If he does take it off...
Is the chin strap on, or is it off?
Does he? I don't think he has a chin strap.
It's just rested on his head.
Yeah.
Oh,
Can I put the chin strap on it?
His head wouldn't do that, right?
He technically doesn't have a chin.
Yeah.
How the hell?
There's no way. Listen, let's just teach him basics on the road. We'll work this out. We'll work this on. We got a 7-day trip to work this. Let's just get back to the others. We'll work with him on the basics. Let's bring him up, right? He's young. We're not trying to... We can't just force this many words down him. We're just making him confused at this point.
I agree with him at this point. We should head back.
Okay.
You guys head back and arrive. Everyone arrives at the wagon, and the wagon rider is sat upon it. He pats the seat and looks at Shion, and he's like,
Right then, are we going? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes, we're going. I'll pretty much stay in the front the whole time. Try to anyway.
And as you begin to exit the gates, who shall we have do it? Let's look at the overlay 1 second, and then I'll make a judgment from there. Who's below me? Eagle. Can you roll me a D100, please?
Wait, what?
Wait, why is he excited? He doesn't even know what this means.
Oh.
What the
Roll 100. Rolling D100.
That's dope.
Okay.
That's dope.
Is that right? Wait.
You rolled a
Yeah, you did. Okay. Wow. Okay. Well, this is unique. Sure. Wasn't expecting to do this so soon. Can you roll me a D6, please? Oh,
Okay. Okay.
Brilliant. Okay, yeah. As you guys exit the gates, you do notice that today's weather is very nice, and it's very sunny, and it's just a nice. There's a few clouds in the sky, but the sun is nice and high in the sky. And yeah, you guys begin trudging out. Just so I know, what's like the marching order for people? Like, where are people walking beside the wagon? Obviously, Shion is next to the driver on the bench, but everyone else, what sort of positions are you putting yourself in?
I was like,
I'm leading the wagon.
Don Ross would probably stay in the back. He would have his longbow out. And he had his longbow out, just carrying it beside him, just in case he's gonna be in the very back.
Yep.
Well, I will be walking on like. Is the wagon being pulled by something?
Yeah, 2 horses at the front, and then the wagon is like an enclosed wooden wagon with like a roof and sides and a door at the back with a lock. Shion and the gentleman are sat at the front. Contessa's walking in front of the horses. Don Ross is behind the wagon with his bow out. Where would you like to be? Left, right, front, back?
Well, I would like to kind of walk left to like the driver's seat roughly,
Yep.
where I can still see Contessa within
and Don Ross.
more or less reach. Yeah.
Yeah, no worries. And Maeve and Arcturus, where would you two like to be? Anywhere in particular?
I think I'm just hanging out with Don Ross at the back.
At the back? Not
Yeah.
a worry.
I'm walking at the other side where nobody's walking now.
Yeah, so you're on the other side, and that's the side closest to Shion, so you can see her from where you are, as well as everyone else.
And
apart from
also
her.
very close to the meat.
Yes, you are right next to all the food. You are.
Yeah,
Good
like me,
idea.
yeah.
Good idea.
Well,
Yes.
Wait,
and
what?
for me, I would also have Olaf kind of flying around the wagon in like a bit of a perimeter, and once in a while just come sit on top of the wagon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No
Just keep
worries.
an eye out.
We will go with the person next to you. So, Zeb, can you roll me a d20, please?
What does this mean?
Oh my god.
You rolled a 3. Okay. Brilliant. Yeah, so as you guys are walking along the roadside, a few hours pass as you're just strolling along. Can every one of you roll me a perception check, please? Every one of you. And then, Erhard, if you want to roll for Olaf as well, so just roll a d20 and plus 3 to it. Not bad. Some people did very well.
Oh god.
Oh, another 3. Yikes. Okay. So as you guys are walking along, Contessa, you're excited. You've got a lot of energy. You're out on adventure. You're walking along the Amber Road. Finally, you're free from the walls of the city. You're going to experience some life lessons along this road. Yes. But due to all of this, your thoughts are going wild, and you're kind of not really concentrating on what you maybe should be.
Just enjoying everything.
Yeah. Maeve, you are finally out of the hustle and bustle of the city, on the road with a bit of peace and quiet, and just as you start to think, right, I can really focus in on my surroundings, you could hear Don Ross talking, Arcturus talk, everyone around you still talking, and you get a little distracted and miffed. Arcturus, you start snacking on some of the food because you're a little bit hungry, and you've just bought it all. You can smell it all. It smells so good, and you're a bit too distracted that part. You are looking around, and you can hear a little bit further in the distance what seems to be like some form of an argument happening. You can't hear anything other than that, but you can hear voices shouting from up ahead. Shion and Don Ross, the pair of you can hear what sounds to be like 2 people shouting in a full-blown argument. And Shion, from where you're sat, you can actually see what looks to be like 2 men in full suits of armor with swords drawn on the Amber Road, arguing and shouting at one another. As you guys slowly start approaching,
can I send Olaf to kind of fly forward?
Mm-hmm.
Like, since I noticed that, and so I just have him like go circle over those guys and kind of check what's going
Yeah,
on?
you're circling over. Yeah, and what are you doing?
I would like to quickly get into the tree line, and I want to like go up to that area, like run ahead, and stealthily check on what's going on.
Roll me a stealth check.
This is probably
You
gonna
break away from the group.
Yeah, I do.
Woo! Like a ninja.
Let's
like
go!
a ninja. You blend into the shadows of the forest. And yeah, you start running up the tree line. And just as you all start approaching, you can see that these two men seem to be in some form of an argument, both looking like knights. And as you approach, the two swords clash one another. And that is where we will end tonight's session. So I hope you guys enjoyed. We'll be back next week on Friday, I believe. Yeah, I think we will. Yeah, we're back next week on Friday, and we will find out what these two knights are squabbling about, and maybe see what is going on along the Amber Road. But guys, I hope you thoroughly enjoyed tonight. It was a blast. It was a lot of fun. We have finally left the city of Karas, and we are now on the Amber Road. And you can see that just there on the middle map, I believe. There you go. You guys are about here, and yeah, you guys are venturing on through, and hopefully we'll see what's in store next week. It should be good, should be interesting. Did you guys enjoy that? I hope you did, because I did.
Really
It was a
enjoyed
blast.
Great session.
A lot of buying.
A lot of shopping today, guys. A lot of shopping today.
I got to talk with everybody though.
Yeah, it was nice. It was nice. There was a lot of chatting, a lot of talking. It was very good. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I hope you all did. And all of you watching, I hope you did as well. However, it is time for us to say goodbye. So we're going to go round the circle, kind of, and go to this side today, which is where Tim is. Tim, tell people where they can find you.
Wow.
Tell me about yourself. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm not used to it. Normally I'm lost, so. But yeah, guys, you can find me at Team Logic NL tomorrow. A stream Rimworld, and hopefully we have some fun on that. And yeah, be sure to be there.
Awesome. And below Tim, we have Creed. Creed, tell the people where they can find you.
You can find me at Guildmaster Creed on Twitch. Right after this session, I'm going to be playing Persona 5, so I hope you'll meet me then and there. And it's been a wonderful time, guys.
Fantastic. And below Creed, we have Zeb. Zeb, take it away.
Yeah, you can find me on Twitch on the Agent Zeb. I play a variety of games from like strategy to indie to any kind of RPG, adventure, those kinds of things. So if you like that, head on over there. I'm online usually during the week in the mornings. Yeah.
Brilliant. And to the other side of the screen, we have Smitty. Smitty, take it away.
I'm Smitty Jane on Twitch. You can find me online most evenings UK time, playing some spooky games, playing some Pokemon, usually talking about a lot of things that like go off topic, that kind of stuff. So if you're into that, you can find me there, or you can find me over at the Eagle Outlaws, wherever that is on the screen. Chat, probably.
Awesome. And above Smitty, we have Lan. Lan, take it away.
Hello, my name is Lan. I am the female half of Team Logic, and also that's where you can find me. I play RimWorld as well. I'm on Mondays and occasionally on a Sunday, and I'm planning to start something very new soon on Sunday morning. So tune in. Also follow the Eagle Outlaw.
The Eagle Outlaw. And speaking of the Eagle Outlaw, where can we find you, Eagle Outlaw?
Wow, I wonder where you can find me at. Holy crap. Hello, everybody.
Team Logic, maybe?
Yeah, maybe Team Logic. You can find me at everyone, but you can mostly find me at the Eagle Outlaw. I do about maybe 4 days a week. Yay. We're currently doing Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order and a new challenge run. I got some other games lined up here soon, like Outlast, Skyrim, all that crazy stuff. So yeah, come check it out. It's a lot of craziness and a lot of havoc in general.
Awesome. And finally, if you liked what you saw with some crazy voices and you enjoy mediocre gameplay, then come to my channel, The Onion Soup, because I'm really bad at games, but sometimes I do okay. So yeah, if you guys would like to come over, yeah, The Onion Soup. I am currently playing Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild for the first ever time, which is an absolute blast. I can't believe how good that game is. I'm craving to play it so bad.
It sucks at it.
But yes, you can also find me at the Eagle Outlaw. But anyway, yeah, if you would like to follow us on the Discord, it's in the links. There's Instagrams, there's everything. Go and follow it all. Go and follow, say hello, welcome us in, and we'll welcome you in. But yeah, guys, we are gonna be ending today's session here, and we'll be back next week. So do take care. Much love. See you guys later. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. 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 Bye.